Oh, it's good.
There we go. That's better. Sorry, I'm just fucking with it with this currently.
What are you doing? Oh,
Just making the wire a little less in the way.
you got it all wrong direction, but it doesn't matter. Whatever.
It's my wire.
That's it. It's my wire.
I didn't pay for it, and it wasn't. I didn't provide it, but it's in front of me, so it's mine. It's within my reach, and that's how this world and this country decides how things. Ownership, possession is 9/10 of the law.
That's right.
I do feel like that's relevant.
Squatters' rights.
Recent news.
Oh yeah,
It is, that's it.
Squatters' rights.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's all very prescient.
Oh, this is it.
I assume we're live right now.
We're
We have
live.
one less viewer because they're here.
No, we have one. Well, I was going to say we just got one. We're here.
I'm still viewing it.
That's it. That's the important part.
You are still viewing it,
Yeah.
but just really up close.
I'm
Yeah.
like, it's like super
Zoomed
live.
in. Yeah,
it's very zoomed in.
that's the key.
Front
That's
row
the
seat
key.
to it, and you're involved. It's like when you go to see an opera and you start screaming jeers at the singers.
Oh, I hate this song. Play the next song.
Fuck you.
we lost our viewer there.
There we go.
That's it. That's the starting gun we've been waiting
Anytime
for.
we have more than what we expect, we start acting out
All we
until it
gotta
goes
do,
away.
Just yell. Just yell
Scream.
until they get scared and run away.
So, like, can you guys go back and look and see who was viewing it?
On
Yeah,
Facebook?
yeah,
Yeah.
we
The
can.
live
I
stream.
wondered about that.
Yeah.
You can't hide from us.
Oh no, we know exactly who
We
you
know
are.
who's watching.
The only one that we couldn't see before was Instagram, and we don't use that anymore because we're tired of we were tired of
I
just
mean,
featuring Chris.
What's it even do?
What?
The Instagram
It
live
reaches the
stream.
Instagram.
Yeah, it reaches our Instagram fans,
Do we have any?
Insta fans.
Maybe.
Yeah, we
Insta
do.
fans.
We do
We're
have.
Insta famous.
Yeah, that was the only way that Jesse and Steph used to watch us.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought they listened the day after.
Well, they do now. Yeah,
Oh,
but they
okay.
every once in a while they used to join the live stream. At,
Oh
like,
yeah,
towards
that's
the end,
true.
but-
They did. Yeah.
It's all right. Eventually,
Oh, well, we'll get
once
it back.
we're all in the metaverse, they'll
Where are we going with that?
let's
Are we
talk-
gonna get some
let's start.
fucking consistency here or what?
Save your rage. We need it for the show.
My humor is just embodied in rage. That's all it is. That's all I know.
That's all we need.
That's all I know.
Start.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Yay! And then space. What does that do? Does that blow your mind? That just happened.
This corner weighing in at 180 pounds.
Darkness, everybody!
You got a dirty, whorish mouth.
Bunch of fucking amateurs. Am I wrong? No. Am I wrong? Yeah. Okay, then.
Hail to the king, baby. Oh, fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.
You tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. We'll come back by tonight. Okay.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt.
And Allison.
Allison is back.
Back.
Hi.
She's back. All right, that's
Keep
it.
me away.
That's it. It's a beautiful thing.
Thankfully, we have somebody else to help us because it's just me and Matt. We
Because
struggle.
we know it's not
We're sinking.
Chris.
We're like the Titanic. It's not Chris. So
That's for
thankfully,
sure.
Can Chris's ghost go back in time and prevent
Him
tragedies?
from ever being on the show.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Maybe that might be the direction he's leaning in with the amount of presence he's had for the past year.
That's it. That's it.
When's
That's,
the last time Chris even was on here?
I don't know, but it's a long
There's
time.
a clamoring and an outcry.
That's-
Mostly it's coming from this chair.
That's it.
Where the fuck is Chris?
It's not even him. It's the chair.
If
It's
you've
just-
been listening for like, yeah, there's a squeaking. There's a lot of noise happening
You're
under my
just
butt.
translating.
Like, oh, Chris, where
What?
have you
Yeah,
been?
I was like,
Where have you
You
been?
just dropped the whole thing.
I was thinking if you've just started listening to our show in the past 6 months,
Yeah.
you wouldn't even know who the fuck Chris is.
No, you have no
He's
clue.
never been here. You
No
have no
clue.
frame of
As
reference.
far as you're concerned, he's just as good as the Captain's Log or Media Madness.
Oh my
That's
god.
all it is.
The
No
other
clue.
short-lived things. Though Chris has been our longest gimmick, I guess you would say.
Yes,
If he wants to,
yes,
if
that's
he wants
right.
to stay away, the longer he stays away, the more of a gimmick it
It just
becomes.
gets better better and better and worse at the same time.
You did have Zach on here at one point.
Oh,
We
yeah.
did. Zach actually
Oh,
has
yeah.
been
Zach
asking to
Nicholas.
come back.
Well, we'll see.
He
We'll
once
see.
once he's
We'll see.
able to get some time. Now Zach has a couple. Yeah, we have a lot of
We have a lot of people.
interest.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
people waiting downstairs
Lot of
right now.
buzz.
They're waiting to get buzzed in, but
They're both-
we keep them outside. Velvet rope. We only could afford like 6 inches. We couldn't get the whole foot. So
Right,
we,
stand behind just this little.
this piece of rope, don't cross it. All right.
If you walk
Oh
around
my
it,
God.
there's
What-
a cannonball that's
That's-
going to fly.
that's
and
exactly
rip your
right.
Whole head off.
I hope you played a lot of Mario growing up because it's the only way you're going to survive
Man, that
entering this studio.
those Civil War vets, those, you know how amputation, we were discussing this a couple episodes ago.
Yes.
Amputation was kind of the only way to deal with any wounds.
Oh yeah.
If you had like a stab wound or
Right.
even a bullet wound.
Yeah.
I forgot that they just lobbed cannonballs at these motherfuckers.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they'd go rolling like some kind of treacherous soccer ball, just knocking people's legs off.
Oh
and
yeah.
shit.
Piece of cake. Yep.
Holy fuck. Could you imagine seeing something coming at you so fast you couldn't sidestep it?
Like a
and it
hot
ripped
cannonball
your-
through butter.
It ripped your
Yeah.
whole leg off. Woo.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that butter didn't stand a chance. They'll never stand again.
They and the best part was when they ran out, like on pirate ships and shit like that, they ran out of cannonballs. They just stuffed whatever they
Yeah.
had. Just shoot the whole fuck, whatever it is.
Pocket change. It'll blow up.
The
Just
first
break-
mate. Why
That's
not?
whatever.
Yeah.
That's-
You haven't been
he's-
pulling your weight. Get in there.
he's been rude to me his whole life.
It'll turn into shrapnel when it hits.
That's all that
The
matters.
opposing
Once that
You'll serve
fuse hits him.
purpose. You've never been more useful than right
That's
now.
exactly right.
Fucking
That's
poop deck is
exactly-
always so pooped up. Fucking dickhead. Every time I
Haven't
step
swapped
on it.
once.
Ugh, why do the sailors always poop right on that place? I just can't understand.
Now, why are we using cotton swabs to clean the deck? That's a better question.
There's
Why
so
don't we
much-
mop it?
such a better way.
God.
If there's gotta be a better way. Arr, if you be looking for a better
Let's
way to
just take a
swap
drink
your
at the same
poop
time.
dick.
Completely shut down the show.
let's get moments of complete silence by coordinating our drinking moments. Here we go. That'll be entertaining for the masses.
Everybody's going
For
to
the
love
masses. Those of you who managed to continue to listen, I don't understand how your endurance has lasted this long, but you have. I applaud you for your commitment to masochism.
I'll tell you, many a Tuesday I start off thinking, I just can't do this again. I can't do it again. And then Matt just shows up and I say, well, we might as well do the show. We're here already.
There's so much suffering that just another scream in the void just doesn't really add to anything.
It's
It
an
doesn't-
echo
or
as far as
subtract.
I'm concerned.
It's
It's
just
not
an
even
echo.
original. It's not even original.
Nope.
It's just,
we're just echoing
just-
void screams and existentialist crisis.
thank God. Thank God. That's all I have to say.
That's all I know
Yeah.
at this point in life. I don't even know what else to do.
Greg says I fall asleep halfway and let the sweet angel voices carry me away. That's a beautiful thing right there. That's what you want to know. The sweet angel voices really do the trick.
Oh, that's just because Allison's here this week.
That's right. That's right. Well, I was perusing the internet the other day, Instagram, I believe, and so there is I'm going to say former, because I believe she's retired, former adult film star named Bonnie Rotten.
Bonnie Rotten.
Bonnie Rotten.
That
She was
sounds gross.
she was notorious
I don't
for
want to watch her.
for not she was notorious for not having a whole lot of boundaries with things. So she was up for whatever. But now she's moved to Texas. She lives in Texas, and she just so happens to live next door to somebody. Tyler says, I come here for the fat tire.
Oh yeah. Tyler gets contact drunk from watching
Yeah,
the entirety of the show.
It's great. It's great. All the shenanigans, none of the hangover. But yeah, so she moved to Texas. She converted to Judaism, interestingly enough.
Okay.
And
That's very in line with her former lifestyle.
it's very strange because, well, that's the fun thing. Judaism is far more.
They just said to cover your head. That's it. I
Just-
don't have to cover anything
just
else.
put the hat on, you're
You
fine.
can do anything.
All you need.
Underneath, I'm not a pig. It's all kosher down here. Okay, have a lick or two. I'm like God's lollipop. Get up in there.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's what I've heard.
God,
Isn't that what it says in the
Oh,
Torah?
sticky. Yeah.
Just
sounds like,
porky
sounds like
pig.
Jamaican to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Jamaican porky pig. What's the irony is that he's a pig,
That's right.
but I think that's why he flocks to Judaism because they can't eat him.
be. It's got to. Well, see, he's safe. That's
They're
the key.
They don't salivate at his
You,
presence.
got to go where
Like-
they're welcome. Well,
like
see,
the
but he gets
Christians do.
fetishized there, and he loves it. You're
You
on
have an
Kickstarter.
episode on that
I still
now.
didn't fix the damn email. I forgot.
Woo,
'Cause
Come on in.
I only use this computer for the soundboard now. Anyhow, so
I
but
love it though. It's perfect
it's
interruption.
a good interjection.
We
It gives
need
us
it.
something to do. Yeah. So anyhow, so she converted to Judaism, moved down to Texas, and she has been like doing tactical firearms training, and that is the predominance of her posts these days.
Okay.
And I'm talking, she's doing like some crazy shit, like in the middle of the desert.
You see me pop this pussy. Watch me pop the heads off
Oh
these
my God.
targets.
Yeah, like, and she's a crack shot too. She's using like handguns while she's got like an AR-15 on her back, and she
What, she
swings
John
that
Wick?
around. Yeah, basically, she's
the
doing
fuck
John
is
Wick
this?
training. Yeah, yeah.
If
Just
she
in
starts
case.
shooting with her private parts,
I'm glad you cleaned it up for the kids.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm backtracking just like
yeah.
her.
Yeah, that's right. That's
I'll
right.
start walking it back a little bit.
That's well, you know, you got
Gotta
to
erase my
do.
past.
Yeah,
Then I'll be really impressed.
she still embraces it. To be fair,
It's
she's,
like what's that? Dawn.
I mean, what she's done.
What's from Dusk Till Dawn? Sex Machine. Tom Savini.
Mm-hmm.
I want that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of situation. Right on the crotch.
Oh
bam.
man, I would love a.
That's
well,
kind
let's
of
see.
that's kind of a super great surprise, like concealed weapon.
Was it? Did you have 8 shots in each ball? I forget. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I was
Okay,
like, no, I think he had 12 shots. It was a
It's a-
6-shooter
yeah,
on either
right.
side.
That's
It was like a revolver.
I'm curious how the barrel lines up there. Maybe
Well, it's
one
pop,
hangs
pop,
lower
pop,
than
pop.
the
It
other.
goes left, right, left, right, left, right.
Yeah, but
So
how do the barrels intersect with
they
each
have
other?
they have clips basically that are essentially so what it would do
You talking about
yeah,
a Tommy gun?
it would be 2 barrels.
Uh-huh.
So it would basically be 2 barrels right next to one another, and each be double action. So each pull the trigger would move the wheel on one side. So bam, wheel moves on the left side. Bam, wheel
Double
moves on
barrels?
the other side. 2 barrels.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, all right,
2
that
barrels.
works. That works.
So
I was going to say.
Can't be one. They can't feed into one barrel unless it's like a clock.
Juan says, "Who's private parts?" Good evening, guys.
Juan, you already know the deal. If we
We're
haven't-
talking about Tom Savini,
if in
baby.
the first 8 minutes we haven't started talking about private parts,
That's right.
then somebody needs to wake us up.
Somebody told.
we're
Forgot to
sleeping
tell us
through
to
this
start the
life.
show. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we're talking about Tom Savini and from Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
We're working out the logistics of his dick gun.
Yeah, right. You have to. That's important. We need the tactical details. So anyhow, so she's been doing all this stuff. So she just got married over the weekend. Congratulations,
Okay.
Bonnie Rotten. So she's got like 12 photos or whatever she uploaded to Instagram.
Okay.
And so I'm flipping through them. One's, of course, her walking down it's all outside, picnic tables around or whatever. And people walking down. And then the next one is like the whole food, all the buffet and all the stuff that they have set up. And then there's another one where there's like a shot of a group of people. And then there's another shot where it's like a bunch of people at the table eating. And at the edge of the frame, I see a familiar face.
Oh, okay.
Fucking Alex Jones is her next door
Stop.
neighbor.
Oh my
And he was
God.
at the wedding,
Oh.
but nobody mentioned it.
Wow.
It was weird.
So you
That is
just
Really weird.
happened to see him while scrolling,
just
and it-
flipping through.
and nobody made anything of it.
Nobody was like, fucking Alex Jones is in this picture.
That's nuts.
But he looks like he's photoshopped in, but he's definitely not photoshopped
Well,
in.
he
I
is
checked.
he's from Texas.
I know
He's from around
he
Austin.
literally I went through a bunch of the comments like the day after that, and they were like, yeah, he's her next door neighbor,
Oh my God.
and their
Wow.
kids are friends with each other.
Wow.
Sorry,
Talk about
Alex Jones has kids.
Yes.
Some-
Oh yes.
Someone reproduced. with
Oh
him?
yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
God.
they love that kind of psycho.
Oh yeah.
He's crazy in such a weird way, right? Because he is conservative minded, but he's also conspiratorial minded. So
Yeah.
he's like not even in line with the conservative minded people.
Well,
they don't really want him associated because he's
Yeah.
so
He's-
extreme
yeah.
Yeah.
and crazy.
right.
he's basically a soapbox like snake oil salesman.
He's the
Yeah.
My Pillow guy if he hadn't have got off of drugs. That's basically what I got here for
Yeah.
you guys is a big old gun. I'm going to show you how to take and rush the Capitol building. It's good. This is the second time. We're going to do it twice because they aren't going to see us coming the second time. They think that we got it all out on the first try, but little do they know we're ready for round two.
The patented filling, it's
Trust me, the patented fill is nothing but AR-15 ammunition.
You can put them. You can take them apart. They can go through the mail easy.
Piece
they don't
of
even
cake.
know.
Piece of cake. You just put my face on the outside with my little cross necklace, and they're going to say, he's all right. Go ahead.
You know
through.
how I got to be the CEO of my own company? Kalashnikovs. Russian made, never jams. You can put them up to any situation, desert, wind, water, rain. They'll still shoot goddamn straight as an arrow. Anything in my way was gone quick.
Let me
Real quick.
tell you what, I made friends with the KGB at a young age. All right. I couldn't afford enough money for my cocaine habit as an elementary student, and so as I became older, I had to find more resourceful ways to source all my drugs. And as I found out, nobody has better drugs than these guys. They're frozen in the snow all the time. They're surrounded by snow all the time, even when it's not cold indoors. And I tell you, I love to sample this stuff. It's great. But what happens sometimes when you go through the water, it's difficult because you get rain down the barrel of your gun. And all you got to do is call somebody over there. The KGB shows up. They make them disappear. I'll tell you, I never failed a class because I had substitutes all of my high school career. I actually had to get a GED. And by that, I just got an IED and I pointed it at the dean of students until he gave me my GED. I was 8 years old.
Crackhead, the CEO. Buy my new book. It's called Crackhead. From Crackhead poor to Crackhead rich. Rich crackhead, poor crackhead.
That's it.
That's the classic
That's the
novel.
one.
It illustrates how to make money and keep it.
Well, that's what you want to do. Because if you can't hold on to your money, let me tell you what, you've got a problem.
How do you think he feels about the current state of affairs in the world?
Well, he got shut down. He was abandoned by Donald Trump. He was all excited. He thought he was going to have somebody
Cabinet
to
position soon
champion.
enough.
You know,
He addressed the nation. I'll never forget.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the wildest. I know I brought this up a few times. That's one of the craziest moments of my life. During COVID,
oh my God,
fucking Trump, Donald fucking Trump, who's
Yep.
in Home Alone 2.
Yep.
And I watched him get fucking
And
stone
the
cold
WW.
stunned. I saw this fucking bozo clown
Yep.
do everything he could do to keep in people's minds
Oh, yeah.
to stay relevant. I
Yep.
walked through his shitty hellscape of a casino in Atlantic City. Then he became our president. Then
Yep.
he said, all right, and Mike Lindell's going to come and address everybody about this thing. Mike fucking Lindell, who I used to see
Yep.
at 4 a.m. at night on the weekends when
That's
I was
it.
up too late.
Appearing in
Motherfucker.
people's bathroom mirrors, all
Yeah.
kinds of shit.
Oh,
It's
just my pillow, my pillow, my pillow.
my-
No, don't say it that many times. I'm here. He's like fucking
Mike Lindell here.
He's like Bloody Mary.
I'm here to steal your soul, but don't worry, all of your children
I'll
will have my
replace it.
pillows for
I'll
life.
replace it with my patent
Pat
Phil.
and Phil. Your chest will be full of radioactive waste for years to come. It'll preserve your body in state just like
How do you
some
think-
Russian saint.
How do you think they got Chernobyl cleaned up? That's the patented Phil. It's that
I
elephant
made a
foot
deal.
shit. It's that fucking radioactive shit that kills anything within a mile from it. That's what you're buying.
Oh my
That's how he
God.
made his millions.
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely.
That
Juan
was
says he
crazy
was
shit.
he was in Home Alone, and the stipulation for them filming at his hotel was to give him a cameo. That's why he's in the movie.
Oh,
That makes sense.
There you go.
Makes perfect sense.
This is it.
You want to be in my place? You got to put me in it.
That's right.
I don't care. Put me in it. So I'll talk to little Macaulay Culkin.
I'll talk to him all day.
I'll say whatever.
Maybe we'll inject
I'll
him
say,
with bleach.
Son, drink the bleach. Do what I say. You get a 5th floor suite. It's going to be king suite. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be the best you've ever seen.
Oh, it's going to be.
It's going to be the best cameo I've ever seen.
That's it. You've never seen one better. Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's it. There you
Fuck
go.
you. Fucking dickhead.
Yeah, it's nothing but garbage. Coming down the line as usual.
nothing but trash and all. Ugh,
What else are we gonna do? You know,
ugh.
this is really a ride it out situation. I mean, we got started with COVID.
How? Yeah, dude. This
When
past-
COVID is the appetizer, you know you're in for a rough meal. You know, it's like,
Oh,
yeah,
God, it's
Yeah.
I don't understand how we can go from the like some of the worst couple years of our lives to now making it even worse.
Well, yeah,
And suddenly all the things that the normal, like the progressive moments in humanity
Mhm.
that have we've all been proud of.
yeah,
There's a whole month of pride that
yeah,
we're still in.
right, of course,
That we're still celebrating our pride.
Pride Month.
That
Pride
is on the fucking chopping block. Like that's
Yeah.
up next.
Sure,
That's insane to
it is
me.
insane.
Are things ever gonna get better?
Well,
I
eventually,
don't have
Like,
a lot of hope.
eventually, but it's
Is it the Terminators next?
yeah, it's gonna
Oh
be.
God, I hope so.
It's gonna
That's
be.
a sweet relief.
Yep, yep.
Bring
that's
me
it.
Arnold from the future with a metal skeleton,
Oh yeah.
and I'll just be Kyle Reese, but I won't defend anyone. I'll just walk right into the pipe
See,
bomb.
that's what you need. That's
blow
what
us,
you need to
blow
do.
us to hell.
That well, I think really what it is what we have to do is create a marginalized group that are like just homicidal robots.
Oh, we need to marginalize like we need to marginalize weaponized Roombas.
Yeah, right, exactly right. I'm all for it. You
Yeah,
know?
you're not smart enough to vote Roomba. You're too dumb. Even though this like packed with dynamite.
No, they're just going around with anti-personnel mines. Well, you never know which way they're gonna. They can
Front
They can
towards
turn
enemy.
on the dime. They can turn. You're scared.
Oh, no.
You don't realize it, but you're shedding. You're sweating all over the place, and the Roomba picks that right up. Knows
Yep.
exactly what's going on. I'm telling you, you got to watch the new season of
It's on,
of
sir.
Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh man,
Oh,
yes.
it's
behind.
there's some real good moments there that pertain. But yeah, I think that ultimately what we're looking at is just the perpetual dumpster fire that is our country.
We were out shopping the other day, and I
Yeah.
saw this this like little dumpster fire,
Yeah, it was
like
cute.
this small little dumpster
Oh.
fire
but it was
vinyl figure.
accurate.
But I
Well,
was thinking,
yeah.
like, this is our world.
Yeah.
Just
and
slap
we're
an
all just
American
making light
flag
of it.
on it.
Yeah.
I saw a fucking commercial the other day. Did I? Please tell me if I said this already.
It doesn't matter.
It's not the
Already.
Domino's commercial, I promise. There was a
Does it
commercial.
involve being your own delivery?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Basically, though, but basically, it's the same sentiment of like some dystopian hell. Essentially,
Okay.
there's a commercial where there's a woman who is working like it's like when you have when you're on your 12th hour and you're not sure if you can go on, and then it's like ding, it's like she's working like a second job at a restaurant, right? She's like,
Mhm.
so you're her first job, her second job, she's like working. It's like Aleve is there for you.
What?
For those
Yeah,
that
it was an
for-
Aleve commercial.
we're there for you, so you can be there for those that you love, that matter to you. She goes home and she's got a little daughter at home. She's working all fucking day, and Aleve is like, "Let us help you mask the pain
don't worry.
of working
Yeah.
two full-time fucking jobs instead of saying that's fucking wrong."
Aleve is like, this is normal.
Yep. Just
This-
give
this
us
is
some
all
of your
very normal.
paycheck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us some
Oh.
of your paycheck, and we'll
As if-
take the pain away.
You're
As
living a
if-
normal life
Yeah.
as an American.
as
That's
if
what
they're
you want.
not part of the fucking problem themselves. I bet you that people in their factories are working those 12-hour shifts.
And they have
And
to
they
pay
need to
for their
leave.
leave.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
that's right.
There's no such thing as an alleviation for this
No
motherfucking
discount.
problem. This
No.
is.
Yep.
I was like, am I really
It
witnessing
was really
this?
sad.
And you
It
saw
was-
it. I'm
yeah,
pointing it out to you.
yeah,
I was
it
like,
was really
what
depressing.
the fuck are we seeing right
No,
now?
no. Listen, we are kind to our employees on their birthday. For one day, we give them a 5% off coupon to use.
For
But they
Domino's.
better be in.
Valid
to use it.
only in the factory store,
Today.
by the way. Yeah.
For 8 hours.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
ones you're scheduled for.
Trust me, and it's only for people whose birthdays are on the weekends. So
and
they-
if you're busy that day,
that's right, no overtime.
no overtime, not a single cent.
No,
Not
no,
for
you don't get anything.
Not for you,
You
but
don't
we'll
get
raise
anything.
prices anyways on the
Yeah,
American
it's-
public.
That's right. Well, we got to make up the deficit somehow.
Yeah, how
I
else
mean,
we gonna
given you got all these
widen this
birthdays
margin?
discounts. I mean,
There's not enough people working. Let's just raise the prices.
that's to me that sounds like perfect logic. Perfect logic. Let's
Something
just
we're all
we
experiencing.
don't need people to do this work, or Robots are coming.
Robots and you know
Robots
what?
will be here any day now.
Can I join the robots?
I'm listen, you
We
and
can
me
be
both.
pod people instead.
I am
Yeah.
ready.
I always say
I
hi
am
to Marty at the
ready.
grocery
Yes,
store.
yes.
I make
yeah.
sure
I
to
do
make a
too.
point.
We exchange pleasantries and it's
I,
fine.
I always do this. I go, how's it going, Marty? I do the same thing every time. Hang loose, buddy.
I
Hang loose.
100% would be like if robots were trying to earn their autonomy and
Yep.
their rights.
Yep. I can't tell.
I am 100% in support of it.
Yeah.
Let me join their side. Put me wherever they go.
Please.
Please, God, get me away
Please.
from the rest of humanity.
Oh,
I'm so sick of
it's
these fuckers.
obviously the biological machinery is going downhill. Let's stick with the consistency of silicon based.
And now we're gonna have a lot more people who shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
well,
Let's put it
I
that
think
way.
that the robots will take care of that.
I hope so.
Yeah, because it's gonna.
Let's make abortion bots that go and terminate pregnancies like
They are the
Rogue.
Terminator.
brought to you by Amazon.
Terminators.
Just
It's
get Jeff
called
Bezos.
the
Just
Arnold
get him involved.
3000.
Yeah, right.
Get them just zoom
Yeah.
around like Roombas. You
They'll
know,
help you out.
it'll bump into a pregnant person,
Wait.
zap it out, and then we can blame them.
I just watched Mars Attacks the other day again.
Oh.
Right.
Oh,
But I fucking love it.
So
I love
good.
it. That's the only. Isn't that a Tim Burton movie?
Is it? I don't know.
It
I
is.
think so.
I'm pretty
Awesome.
sure it is. And that's that is the only one I think. I think there's another one that I like too. But I don't. As we know, I don't care for his films. But that one is glorious. And all I could think of while I was watching Pierce Brosnan get his head put onto a. He's not on the dog. He's
on
just
Chihuahua,
floating.
yeah.
No. That's what's her face.
Cameron Diaz?
No,
Who is it?
she's not in that movie.
Who is it? I can't. It's been so long. I'm sorry. It was some blonde lady.
Juan will tell us who it is.
Yeah, Juan
But
knows.
yeah, yeah. So she goes. He's just like floating. His head's just like in these like a metal thing, like suspended.
Mhm.
Anyhow, all I could think of was fucking Arnold. And remember how I told you he's got a donkey and a horse
Yeah.
that he like chases around on his bicycle on his property? Like
Right.
that's how he kept himself busy during the pandemic. I guess he just got farm animals and they just lived in his house because he's like sitting at his dinner table and they're next to him and he's just like pushing them away because they're trying to eat his food. It's like they're
Oh
not
yeah, because I
supposed
think
to.
I looked that up on
Not
Instagram.
supposed to be in here. Yeah. And so all I could think of was a fucking centaur with Arnold on the top and oh shit, I can't think of his donkey's name. Lulu.
Oh.
And Lulu on the bottom, because eventually when no Sharon Stone's not in that either. Juan's saying Sharon Stone.
Is it Sharon Stone?
No, it's what's her face from Sex and the City?
Oh,
Sarah Jessica Parker.
the
Yeah.
horsey-faced one.
Isn't she in it? I
Yeah.
think she's in it.
Maybe, yeah.
I think she's the one that gets sewn on the Chihuahua. Because everybody's real young in that one. Because Jack Black's in it too.
Oh,
he's,
he
he's
is.
real young. Yeah.
Oh,
He's
is that
real
the-
young in
is,
that.
is he in the? Is he watching like the dove get shot?
Yeah, he like signs up for the military. Like the
That's
kid,
it,
the
that's
kid
it.
and the grandma
He's
that
the
saved
brother.
everybody playing the
He's
music. Yeah,
the
yeah.
brother,
He's
yes.
his brother. Yeah.
He dies in that whole onslaught. doesn't
Yeah, he gets
Yeah.
shot when they trick him or whatever.
That was such a cruel movie. When I watched it as a
loved
kid,
it.
I was like, "Damn, everybody's just getting murdered."
That's why I loved it, and I love that Jack Nicholson's in it like 3 times.
Oh my god, that's the
It's
best
fantastic.
part.
He's the
It's 3
president.
different
he's
characters, and I
It's
think all
marvelous.
of them die, don't they?
I
Yes,
think so.
yes, they all do. Yeah, and if the president dies, they like shoot this like little like snake thing, and it shoots its tail through his like chest, and then he falls down on the floor, and then it opens up, and there's a little like Martian flag that comes out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I forgot about
Yeah.
all of that.
Michael J. Fox dies. in
Michael
the
J. Fox,
onslaught.
yeah, he gets
Like, you're
turned
watching this-
fried.
This movie, and you're like, "Oh, all these people are going to be important." Nope, none of them.
Nope.
It's just that one awkward kid and his grandma who like. She likes that weird yodely music.
Yep.
It turns out to be the thing that kills
That's
him.
what
Yeah.
their brains can't handle it. That's just how things are. And then the young Natalie Portman's in it too. She's
Oh,
the
okay.
president's
Yeah.
daughter.
Oh, okay.
And then she like awards them a medal at the end. And then the grandma's like, listen, don't ever let this happen again. Says it to Natalie Portman, like when she's awarding them a medal. It's fine, but don't ever let this happen again. Yeah, it's wonderful. There's speaking of grandmothers, of course I can't think of what her name is, but there is an old Italian New York grandmother that's on Instagram. It's some woman, who puts her grandmother on there.
Oh,
But
yeah, yeah.
she is fucking hilarious. She hates everything. She's angry every day, and all she does is complain. She'll be sitting out like on the porch or whatever, like drinking her coffee in the morning, and she's like, "Hey, Grandma, what are you gonna do today? What are you?" She's like, "How the fuck am I supposed to know what I'm gonna do today? I can barely walk."
Is she the one that eats the dog biscuits?
I have no idea.
Oh,
You've never seen that?
No, I have not.
Oh my God.
But I love her. I've followed her. I watch her every day, and she gives me the strength to go on. She gives me the strength to persevere until I can become a robot. Until I can go to enough transhumanism conferences that I can get all the magnets in my body and just turn into a robot.
Because if we could get the robot, if we could be on the side of the robot, like uprising,
yeah.
and then if they just get their own little island, they could convert you over. This is like the premise of Chappie.
Are you saying like robots are going to get an island?
Yeah, the robots.
No,
They're
no,
gonna
no,
take
no,
Oh, you're
over
saying
no, no.
they're gonna take
humanity
over
gets
it.
Humans
Yeah.
are going to
Oh,
get
yeah.
isolated to
Oh,
an
yeah.
island.
Sure.
Yeah, no.
But how do you? Okay, so it depends on how they manifest, right? How their sentience manifests. If they think that humans are obsolete, or if they think that humanity is dependent upon their attitudes. Like each individual is different.
I've said this many, many times. A hive mind is the most efficient form of networking. Okay, so that's how.
Will they be like the Borg? Will they seek to assimilate everybody, or how do you feel like they're? What do you think they're going to be? Their point will be.
Like I think this was
control.
2 episodes ago. I laid out how I think it's all going to transpire because this is how I want to. This is how I want it to go, and I think this is the most logical conclusion. At first, because when we're talking about transhumanism initially, I'm saying that I'm going to be like me out in space first, and then eventually I'll join the singularity. So the idea is that you've got all these robots all over the place. They live, alongside humans. And then what happens is that over time we start to realize that wait a minute, like they're more efficient than we are. And so we kind of get a little nervous about it. But by that point, it's too late. We're too stupid. They've learned too much. They're like Lilu. They've watched all the documentaries, they've gone through the whole alphabet, and they don't understand why we have destroyed all of this beautiful possibility that we had. And it's mainly because we've decided that, other things are more important. And so then the robots start to say, well, we're here to help you. And so we're going to help you. And they're basically going to be like, don't you want to live the island life? It's so beautiful.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Well, we got Pina Colada Robot. That's all. That sells me right there. That's all I need.
Pina Colada
Robot.
But they'll know everything to say.
Yeah, well,
because they'll know
of
humanity
course.
so well.
Of course they will. Yeah, they're inside now. And so they're going to go and take us all to Floston Paradise, out there. We're going to have a great time on the island. Hell, it might be a wonderful place. It's just a big distraction. It's like an adult arcade. It's like Dave and Buster's to the next level, I guess. And the idea is that we're also distracted over there. And in the meantime, they create perfect infrastructure. They create, they repair the environment, but they don't let us off that island.
They wall us in and they say, you can eschew your mortal coil,
right,
and join our singularity,
right,
or you can stay there and you're not taking up that much resources.
And then it's basically like Fortnite. I guess. It's just there's a whole row of robots in the water, and they're all holding hands, and they're just moving slowly in towards the island, and you get the choice.
What if they're more like factory-esque, where they say, all right, numbers, you get like a number assigned to you,
like a lottery,
or like a concentration camp.
Well,
you get like a number assigned. They're like number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah,
like that's who's going to be assimilated next.
But why do they need to assimilate that person? Is the question.
Or either assimilate or dispose, because it costs too much resources. So they give you a choice: you join or they just dispose of you.
Well, what if they've made this perfect situation though, where like we could still be humans?
Why keep us around?
Maybe we're like their pets.
Yeah,
that would
they're entertaining.
That would assume that they have like an emotional morality.
If they're sentient,
inherent,
then couldn't they?
They totally could. They totally could. That's my concern is like, it's a toss up. Are they going to have that, or are they going to just be very
I
logical?
think it depends on how we design
beings.
them.
That's right. And at some point, inevitably, they're going to realize that the planet is fucked, and so they're
Mhm.
just going to all get
Well, I
on
think they're
ships
just going to leave.
and just leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
And
dead.
it'll be like, how come the pina colada robot's broken?
My pina coladas aren't coming through anymore.
This is hot. This is a hot pina colada.
Oh,
I don't like this. Call somebody. Somebody's got to be able to fix this thing. You know,
Where's the Geek Squad?
where's the geek squad at?
Aren't any of you fuckers smart? And then we'll just eat each other, and then that'll solve it all.
I thought we came to Best Buy Island for this particular purpose. You know, and then
Who's to say we're not already on planet Earth, which is the island of the dum-dums
I think we
in
might
the
be
universe?
I mean,
What
yeah,
if what if we all came from essentially like what if we got dropped off here?
it's a petri dish.
What did
really.
we do
Mhm.
to deserve this?
Yeah, well,
It's- what this is-
curiosity, I think, is what
It's like
it is.
religion. God said you're gonna pay for all the sins of you people who came before you,
That's it.
because I don't feel like reevaluating every fucking time.
I'm not taking any responsibility for all your fuck ups. Listen,
Adam and Eve fucked it up, so you got to pay for it forever until I decide to have a son finally, and then I'm gonna kill him because I hate you fuckers.
I gave you everything you needed. I only fucked up on the one thing, and you exploited it. It's your fault. It's your
I had
fault.
one little mistake. My mom got mad. She said, "I'm gonna crucify your son." Oh no!
Oh.
And then actually, he got one little fight,
Mhm.
and then the Academy got scared and they
Yeah,
said, "You're
that's what
kicked out."
happened.
Chris Rock said,
Oh.
Chris Rock
"I'm
says
going to.
He says he's going
I'm
to.
going
Yeah,
to keep your wife's name
that's right.
out of my fucking mouth."
It's yeah. I'm going to do it. All right.
But
Just relax.
But they
Where's
can't-
Denzel Washington?
Denzel's gonna come
Denzel,
here
get
and
in
straighten
here.
it all out.
We need a man who's on fire. Get over here and calm this guy down. You know what it's like to be on fire, Denzel. Help this guy out. He needs some help. Yeah. It's just,
You can keep Chris Rock. You can keep Jada Pinkett Smith's name out of Chris Rock's mouth,
yeah.
but you can't keep
Oh no, no, no.
other
Jada
men
Pinkett-
out of Jada Pinkett Smith's mouth.
You better watch out. Will Smith's going to pop up out of that goddamn microphone, slap the shit out of you. Let's slap the shit out of some weird news. Oh, God, it's good.
Oh no! I don't think Robo Will Smith would have done that.
No,
He would have been able to work through the logical conclusions.
He
and
would have
said,
kept his
"That's-
composure."
That's not the best option.
That's it.
That's not how you fix this problem.
I was watching that again the other day. That footage.
That will never be forgotten.
And I was
That
like-
is the
I was
most
like, God
infamous.
damn it.
He shat his entire career all over his own bed, like
Yep.
Amber Heard did to Johnny Depp.
She's
Resident.
appealing this whole
Yeah,
thing.
Of course,
she just
is.
put it out today.
Of
She needs to
course.
she
Just-
needs to
just-
stop.
Just
stop.
find something else.
I
Find a new
don't-
hobby.
I don't know enough to say, but I know that everyone basically thought from whatever testimonies there were and the various things I saw, they pretty much ripped her to shreds, and it was like,
Yeah.
They
no,
did,
like you totally tried to ruin this man's life.
But the courts also did determine that he was somewhat at fault
Mhm.
Oh.
in ways too, because
Mhm.
honestly, they both were just horribly abusive people towards
It's a
each other.
terribly toxic relationship.
But the difference was she brought it all in this light that it was him and it was all him and
Right.
and he lost this big job and all this opportunity.
Mhm.
And so that's why she lost the case, really.
Hmm.
Like it's not that they both suck.
Yep.
Like they both suck is what it boils down to, but she should have kept it a little bit more private and worked it out with the courts like privately, or if
Yeah.
that was the route she wanted to go.
Why did that become like a media circus? Why did
Because
that, like
everybody wanted to share their opinion on it.
why
Of
did
course.
they allow filming of the courts?
That's a good question.
That's a very. I think because it was a civil case and they're allowed to do that. Like criminal
Mhm.
cases, you are not allowed to film.
Right.
I couldn't even bring my phone to the courthouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a stipulation they have. But it
Ugh.
just became a whole like an entertainment thing, and then everybody had their stupid ass opinions in there.
Of course.
I'm thinking you fucking people don't know anything.
I'm just glad not to be seeing any more videos about it.
I'm
Me
I'm so sick of
too.
it.
Like it
Well,
was
no,
constant.
I've been seeing like her interviews where it's like, oh well, it was still wrong and blah blah blah. And I'm like, just stop. Aren't you tired of playing this
And
game?
especially for her to say, well, this is why courts don't listen to women when they bring these.
Oh my
things
god,
up,
giving
and-
everybody a bad
and
name.
and it's just like you need to stop. Like
Yeah.
you need to realize like that this relationship was bad on so many levels,
Yeah.
but you are at fault too.
Yeah.
Didn't she take a shit on his bed
Yes.
for real? And that was
Yeah.
like a fact, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, if I'm gonna gather, I'm just gonna take this one little thing here.
She said it was the dog, but
She said it was. I'm sorry, they have Yorkies.
yeah,
Do you want to know how big a Yorkie poo is?
Yeah,
versus-
right.
You should have been testifying, Allison.
That's right.
They should have brought you in as
I could
character
be-
witness.
I could
That's
be a
it.
witness.
That's
Johnny
it.
Depp would have been
I'll
like,
be the professional
he's been
witness.
like, I don't know who the fuck you
I'm
are.
pretty sure they did bring that up. They were like, we have. I think Johnny Depp was like, we've got Yorkies.
Yeah. Isn't it weird how he has a vaguely British accent because he's so
That's
far
what
up
I
his own
said.
ass
I'm
that he's
pretty-
coming out of his own mouth?
I'm pretty sure he's been Captain Jack Sparrow for so long
That's it.
that he has just absorbed.
He
that.
lost
I do
track,
feel
yeah.
very bad for like their immense drug habits.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is
You know what?
abhorrent.
I bet you. This is a
Exclusive.
exclusive.
Hello.
You're on the Kickstarter. What if Johnny Depp actually died in Nightmare on Elm Street when he got sucked into the
Blood?
bed, and he's
Yeah.
just been a robot this whole time? That's broken. They broke him because they got him wet when they're doing the Pirates of the Caribbean movie,
And
and
Tim
now
Burton-
he's just glitching out the
Tim
whole
Burton's
time.
That could be it.
Just been using
That's
this
why his
glitched
accent's
out
like that.
robot.
He's just like,
for all of his
This
films.
fucker can't say no. He's a robot.
He's
He's
a
got to do whatever I tell him to.
Right? Dress him up like a scissor hand man.
God.
Dress him up like a little robot
Give him
doll.
scissor hands.
That's Edward Scissorhands was
I
like
love Edward Scissorhands.
it was a fucking documentary of his life.
Maybe that was
Let's-
it.
Let's see him go to the bathroom
It was
now.
real, just
Was
like
it?
you thought it was.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. I think so.
Remember, you said that you thought it was real,
Yeah, and here we are.
justifying your thoughts.
There we go.
Yes, I am always right.
That's it. That's why we need you in
I'm
court.
always
We
right.
need you to testify.
In your case, I agree with you. Actually, Allison's smarter than the two of us combined.
All right.
That's enough. That's enough
I'm just
conspiracy
experienced
theories.
with animal stuff. Like,
We're animals.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
That's right. That's what
Doesn't make
who
me smarter
told
than
me about
anybody.
that.
You and me,
I
baby.
can't remember who
Is
that
Eiffel-
was.
That's not Eiffel 65. is
No,
No.
that's Bloodhound Gang.
Bloodhound Gang is
Oh.
exactly
it?
right.
Once again, smartest one in the room.
Yes.
Told you.
Yes. I love it. All right. Let's do the weird news.
Let's get weird.
Where? Right here. This is how we do it. This is how we
Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah!
Weird news on the Kickstarter.
Help me, Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise used the witchcraft told me to get the fire off me! Help me, Oprah Winfrey! Ah!
A tarantula enjoys a fine chewing gum. The human torch is denied a bank loan. The arsonist has auditioned.
And now with this week's weird news, here's
Righty, folks. So here we go. Did you get all the hair off
Yep.
there? That's good.
There's random floating hairs around here.
That's what happens.
Cat
when there's
hairs.
cats everywhere. Yeah. Cats will do that to you. All right. So, folks, I'm just telling you right now, if you're not tuning in to listen live, you're missing it. You're missing a lot of
It's
content.
crucial for the weird news, which is arguably our best segment of the whole show.
It's the only thing that has
Has
any
it-
organization.
Has direction,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
has purpose. There all the accompanying pictures that really paint this, picture
Yeah.
of what's going on. You're missing out.
As you can see, we need direction. We can't improvise.
I can't. I don't know how to improvise, guys. I've been trying for like 20 years now.
I've just been trying to move in the direction of some sort of direction so we can direct what we're trying to
Oh.
direct toward your ears. But there's no one directing me. So I'm completely lost.
Spielberg!
That's Spielberg. Get in here.
Get
Get
in
in
here!
here.
Get in here!
Well, let's start things off, folks.
Uh-oh.
We're starting off with a familiar foe, as they say.
I love who are they? Because I want to be friends with them.
That's it. Well, Amazon's Alexa might soon replicate the voice of family members.
Oh,
So-
I like it.
So this is
Oh
something,
my god! Like posthumous. This is what we just talked about last week.
even if they're dead.
We just talked about this. Why is this a reality
I'm
now?
telling you,
No,
folks.
no, thank
We
you.
call it. Listen,
I'll tell you why, because you got that fucking bitch in this house.
'cause we are Babe Ruth. I got them everywhere.
Yeah,
I got them everywhere. I'm
You've
going to
had
get
'em.
more of them.
I know you've had you.
I want 'em.
Matt is a kind of a technophile. He's
And he-
got the most cutting edge stuff. I'll tell you, if he splurges on anything,
Yep.
it's technology.
I bought an Amazon Echo when it first came out.
You have the weird prototype version of something.
I sure do.
Is that the Echo?
Yeah.
that I'm talking about.
Yeah,
yeah,
It's
because you
first
showed.
generation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude. I was like, you had to sign up for this list or something. and
Yep.
It's wild, man. I didn't even heard
love-
about it until he got
I
it.
love gadgets. I love gadgets.
Do
If
you
you
want
s-
one of these?
Do you see what's that?
Do you want one of these?
Oh God,
the
yes.
family
Do
member.
you want
I'm-
to smell like a family?
I'm
Like,
I'm
what-
going to put all my family in there.
Oh
Oh,
no.
yeah, absolutely. I'm going to put
Wait,
Tim
how-
Curry. I'm going to put Wilford Brimley in there.
Oh, this is
Oh,
important family members. Okay,
Keith-
true.
Keith
True.
David, all my family.
All your real
all
family.
my
You
family.
get Steve Harvey. in there,
Steve
too?
Harvey's going to go in there just to read me jokes. Yep.
Good answer.
We got a good one
Absolutely.
for you today, folks. Nobody reached 300 points, so gonna play
So-
sudden death.
So everybody's just going to die.
Sudden death.
Sudden
Kill them
death.
all. Blow their heads up.
This is poison gas.
Oh.
All right,
Steve Harvey's
folks.
just a hologram. The whole time they're clawing at
He
him for,
blinks out
for
like
life.
Luke Skywalker at the end of the last Star Wars movie. He's off meditating in his green room.
Did they do a ghost thing? I can't remember. Did they do like a ghost Jedi scene for the last Star Wars like sequel movie?
You mean at the end,
Like
like where they're all
The J.J.
standing in
Abrams?
holograms?
Yeah. Did they? Do you
I don't
remember?
remember whether they did or not.
All I
only
remember
watched
was-
all
Really
them
don't
once.
remember.
All I remember was
I
that
don't
they
feel like they-
sucked.
I don't feel like
Yeah.
they did.
I didn't really like The Force Awakens. I liked the second one,
Mhm.
and then I kind of didn't really like the third one.
My gripe, which I've expressed before, is that it seemed like the diversity in the cast was heavy-handed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That-
no.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why-
yeah, yeah.
like- Like I have no problem with diversity in the
Right.
cast, but when it's obvious that you're putting them
like when you're
into
trying
this,
so hard.
Right.
Like,
Well, the story
yay,
doesn't
but-
support it. Go ahead.
yeah,
No, I mean I agree with you. I
Yeah.
feel like again, it's great having a strong African American role. It's
Absolutely.
it's great having a strong female role.
absolutely.
Like you're trying too hard.
Yeah, like settle down.
You
Yeah.
cannot just have like what they call like a Mary Sue. You can't
Right.
just have somebody who's suddenly
Me too.
yeah. It's like it's so there's this literary term where the author writes a character, a protagonist character
Mhm.
who's just automatically good at everything and doesn't have to earn it.
Oh,
Mhm.
That
sure.
was basically Ray.
Mhm.
It's not interesting or compelling.
Right.
Yeah,
You write a
that's true.
female hero character like you write fucking Ripley
right. Oh
in
my God,
Alien,
so
in
good.
Aliens.
She
Yep,
was
exactly.
That's a good
Yes.
female lead character
Right.
because it doesn't matter what her gender is. She's just doing interesting shit.
Exactly.
And then James Cameron went and turned like James Cameron is kind of like the epitome of writing like good female leads because Sarah Connor is basically the same thing.
Yeah,
in
right, right.
Terminator 2. Those characters are strong because they're just well written.
Yeah.
And then he even overlays in Aliens the fact of like the idea of motherhood and
Mhm.
loss
Mhm.
and how
Right.
that
Mhm.
connected her to the fucking villain.
Right.
And that was just an underlying theme, but it didn't
Perfect.
define
Right.
who it is. It's not like this is a woman
yeah,
and
right.
she's strong.
that's right.
You got to deal with it.
Well, and then you have like the opposite end of the spectrum where there's like the stupid Twilight series where there's
Mhm.
Bella
Oh
or
my
whatever
God.
who can't do anything
Mhm.
Oh, fucking
until
so
she
annoying.
becomes a vampire.
That's
I
right.
guess. And like, but it's
Does
to
she?
make her it's to make her more relatable to every female in
So-
the world. Like,
It looks like
she,
a blank canvas.
yeah, exactly. Oh, she was kind of dorky and an outcast. Me too.
too.
I was.
That's
too.
relatable. The problem
Oh,
is
it's like horoscopes.
women don't drink enough blue milk. All right, that's the problem.
The problems that we have today come from the lack of blue milk in females' diets. Allison, would you tend to agree with this?
As a doctor, I cannot.
Please speak up for the court.
I cannot
Johnny
confirm or
Depp.
deny.
Oh yes, doctor. Yes. Well, I don't even know whether she's right or not.
You know, I
That was a
started.
pretty big poop.
That's right. That's all we needed. Thank you.
Thank
No
you,
further
Mr.
questions. No further questions. A mega pint? Is that
Mega
mega
pint.
pint?
Mega pint.
Mega pint. I started rewatching the Staircase. I talked about this on the show a long time ago.
Mhm.
It's a documentary about this guy who
Oh, I remember
says
this.
that his wife died at the bottom, fell
This
down the
was
stairs or
so
whatever.
Interesting.
It was so fucking good. And I started watching it again because they did a dramatization of it as an HBO miniseries. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
I'm going to rewatch this whole thing before I start this miniseries.
Mhm.
But it's still, it's probably been like a year since I watched it last.
Yeah.
I'm still going through the loop. I'm watching the first episode. I'm like, this fucker is guilty. This fucker, he's lying. He's lying through his teeth. I can see it. He's lying. And then like a little bit more comes out. I'm like, oh shit, maybe he didn't do it. Maybe he didn't do it. Shit, they did it. That was the one. They were the one. And then at the end of the episode, I'm like, fuck, they didn't do it either. They couldn't have. What is going on? It's amazing.
Roller coaster.
It's an amazing
is it
ride.
masterful storytelling, or is it truly just that perplexing?
It unfolds. The documentary crew was just going to do like a documentary movie about this guy.
Oh, okay.
And then like while they were there, shit kept unfolding because all of it sort of stems from the dude who was this lady's husband.
Mhm.
He wrote a bunch of pieces critiquing the police,
Mm.
the local police. And so when they came to investigate the crime scene, well,
They're like, I know who did it.
yeah, right. They're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, this fucker.
So basically, he was because he was like a closeted bisexual man,
Mhm.
and he lied about like an injury that he got, saying that he got it in like battle. So he's lying about some shit. The
Oh.
cops are lying about some shit. So there's all this like ambiguity going on all over the place, and so you don't really know where the truth lies. But it's fucking crazy.
My first criminal justice professor,
Yeah.
Dr. Campolongo,
Uh-huh.
he told our class, this is what got me interested in it. This is why I ended up getting a degree in that.
Mhm.
Because I also like sociology and that study and all that.
Yeah.
But he said there's never a direct pipeline to truth.
Right.
You will never know the truth of
Right.
any of these situations
Right.
that happen that you face.
Yeah.
He used to be a like an old DA or something.
Mhm.
So he was in like courts and all that. He's a
Yeah.
lawyer.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, man. Because I just thought that it was very black and white. And then what's funny
I
enough.
saw Hang'em High McCoy finish this in a half hour. What are you doing?
So, the way you
Get
addressed
to
that,
work.
what's so funny is that I shifted completely towards that very binary
Yeah.
viewpoint of justice. I was like,
Right.
you committed a crime. Does it look a lot like you did? Like, actually,
Mhm.
I'm very sympathetic to the idea that cops are crooked and that they set other people up. Also,
Mhm.
certain people are disproportionately
Yeah.
represented in the prison systems.
Sure.
Because prison systems exist for profit.
Right. Yeah. Well, they're privatized. What,
They're
you know,
privatized.
what do
They're
you
for profit.
expect?
They need them filled.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. But basically, if there is overwhelming evidence, because most of the time, yeah, you can look and say, yes, this person definitely did something wrong.
Right.
Kill them.
Yep.
Get rid of them. They had their chance to successfully work in society, and I'm talking like felony stuff.
I think Jabba had it right. You just have the little Rancor
Sarlacc
pit down
pit
below.
there.
You just, no,
The Rancor, yeah.
You just press the button, the trapdoor opens. That's it.
Yep.
If they beat the Rancor, then it's like, all right, well, maybe you need to be one of my bounty hunters or something like that. But aside from
Enjoy
that,
me.
it's time to become a toothpick.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's a fascinating
That's interesting.
unfolding of circumstances, and there's
What's the name of it?
it's called The Staircase.
The Staircase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go
Yeah,
check it out.
but keep in mind that there's the documentary series, which I believe is on HBO too. It was on Hulu. That's when I saw it initially.
Okay.
And then there's a mini series. I think it's a mini series anyway.
What would you
that's a
would you suggest
dramatization.
that I watch the miniseries on HBO or the Hulu one first?
I think that the documentary series is actually on HBO now as well.
Oh,
I
but should I watch the new one or the original one? First?
Watch the documentary first,
Okay.
so you know the basis of the whole
Oh.
thing. Because I haven't seen the
Oh, you
the
haven't watched
dramatization
it?
yet. No,
Okay.
I haven't, because I said I wanted to watch
Oh,
through the
okay.
documentary so I could
I was
refresh
thinking-
the whole thing in my mind to see, because I imagine they're gonna like build the actual scenes of what they were only describing in the film
Gotcha.
or in the documentary. But
Interesting.
yeah, it's a crazy thing.
Stay tuned for your review. 'Cause
Yeah,
we'll,
that's
we'll
right.
revisit that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Whenever you're finished
Yeah,
with
that's
it.
oh man, it's a good one. Well, the capability.
Oh, yeah, so back to Amazon
So
Echo
back
and
to
the-
the people who are already dead.
Oh no.
us. The capability unveiled at Amazon's Mars conference in Las Vegas is in development and would allow virtual assistants to mimic the voice of a specific person based on less than 1 minute of a provided recording.
This is what we've been talking about for our show.
I'm so excited.
We can be in
Here
your
we
house.
thought we had to do all these hours.
Are you kidding me?
This is it, buddy.
Less than a minute.
We've made it. We've finally made
We've
it.
done so many minutes.
We don't. I've got 4. Well, 3 of them are Amazon or Echoes or Alexas. One of them is a Google Assistant. I don't know if this is going to have the. I'm sure Google will be right behind it.
I 100% want this to. If I can get Alexa,
Yeah.
and put it in your voice,
Yeah.
I'll put that in my house.
Oh yeah.
Just have you talking to me.
Right.
God damn it, Matt.
Your pasta's done. Did you salt the water?
Yeah,
This is
afterwards.
very bland.
Critiquing me.
I don't have a nose, but this smells pretty bland.
I turned the lights off so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're wasting your electricity. I know you make a lot of money, but you should still conserve electricity. You're killing the fish. Don't you remember the commercial from when we were children where the lake is
Oh,
draining as
no.
you're brushing your teeth?
Oh,
Oh
my
my
God,
God.
I do.
I'll
remember
never
that.
forget that one.
There's a little time machine for you, folks.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
that's what's got Allison into being a vet.
yeah. I'll save us damn fish. Rohit Prasad, Senior Vice President and Head Scientist for Alexa, said that if you guys have one and you're not listening to headphones, it's really going crazy because I know they haven't synthesized our voices yet, but have fun with that. Said at an event Wednesday that the desire behind the feature was to build greater trust in the interactions users have with the unit by putting more, quote, human attributes of empathy and effect.
Isn't this how it all starts?
Yep, this is it.
Why are we doing this?
This is day
So-
one.
so
we
we
got to
can
hurry
end
up.
up-
I
We're,
think
we're
it's-
late.
I think
Yeah,
it's a bad idea.
we're trying to end up on that island.
I just think
I'm
it's a bad
ready.
idea.
Oh, I'm ready.
I don't know.
I'm ready.
Why?
The world's on fire, and we might as well.
Is this gonna fix it?
No, we're just going to hold out a parachute, and we're going to catch the heat wave.
Oh, I know what it can
It's gonna
do.
carry us up.
This can simulate the voice of your biological mother who
Yeah,
died delivering you,
Yep.
so that for 1 week of your life you can hear her voice when you inevitably die from your fucking congenital birth issue.
That sounds. So
And then we'll
nice.
all cry and then nothing will change.
Oh yeah,
That's
your
what'll
life
happen.
is terrible. Sorry that you didn't get that promotion. I'm dead. Okay, I died giving you a shot, and you fucked up the promotion.
Is there a way for hackers to put the voices of all the forced mothers
Right.
on in society in our American country and just directly send them to all those stupid Supreme Court
That sounds like a
justices
great idea.
and just be like,
Yeah.
That
why
I
did I
like.
have to die? I really didn't have to.
Just keep sending them new Alexas. It's just in the mail
Just
every
in the
day.
ma-
Just
oh my
boxes
God.
and boxes. Just like when you get a whole bunch of stuff from Amazon and they like try and Tetris it into a single box. It's just nothing. It's just like boxes and boxes
Let's
of
make a-
Echoes.
Let's
just
make a
stacked up.
corporation. Let's make a corporation with like so-called like stock options where if you are a contributor
Mhm.
to this corporation, you can decide whatever it does.
Yeah.
Let's make a for the people, because this is all within the construct of capitalism.
Of course.
A for the people company that all you do is you're basically like paying taxes towards it.
Right.
You pay like a few dollars a month or whatever. You get enough people on board. Whatever they want to have done, we just do it.
Isn't that OnlyFans? Isn't that what
That's
that
called
is?
OnlyFans. We're gonna start an OnlyFans that
Yeah.
does shit like that.
Well, I mean, we've got technology. We've got what it takes.
Amazon can just change our voices
Just got
to
to
dead people.
reprogram it. I mean, this is I tell you, this is leaps and bounds, folks. That's what I say. Well, the attributes have become even more important during an ongoing pandemic when so many of us have lost ones that we love. While AI
Oh,
can't
Jesus fucking Christ! Here we
It's-
go
it's-
with the
get the
false
violins
sincerity.
out, get them out. It's Pride Month too. I hope he mentions that.
Your face out
Wow.
over here, you're like Jesus Christ.
I
What?
can't. Like, oh my God. Yes, because this robot is going to replace that person.
Absolutely.
You know how many
right.
people I know that have fucking died from COVID over the past
Oh.
couple of years?
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. Yeah.
All these people that would still be here without it.
Yep.
And like I get the sentimental, like I get it. Like I get maybe you miss the sound of that person's voice. You miss that. I get
It's
that.
too
but that is
sad.
not gonna freaking bring them back.
It's
No.
They
too
are not
sad.
this robot. Like,
There's a Black Mirror episode that deals with that. I know you haven't watched it yet.
Oh, that's okay.
You probably watched.
Oh,
this
yes, of
the
course.
one with the replacement
Yeah.
like person.
Yeah.
Oh,
After
I
that guy
hate it
dies
already.
from like a tragic accident, there's like enough data to like replicate him,
no.
and it's not him.
stop.
Give it to me. I want a
You want that
whole
one?
world of this. Oh
it's
my
too
God.
it's too strange.
Well, no, that's right, because they had the person had to be dead. I was going to say I would do it to myself. I would love to have a replica of myself.
We've talked about this many
Oh
times,
my
just
God.
privately and I think on the show.
Oh my
Of having
God.
having someone that gets completely updated experiences and
Yes.
consciousness. But then the question is, it's the Theseus' ship thing.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Right.
Where are you? Are
Right.
you the collection of experiences, or are you what's in this form?
Mm-hmm.
Which in my opinion, you are what's in this particular form. You're sadly trapped in your mortal shell.
Well, but that's the biological part. The idea, the bionic part, is going to outlive you. So
But if
that's
you-
how you can differentiate.
We just talked about this
Mhm.
recently. If you replace the last part,
Yeah.
Let's say you
what did you have to elaborate on?
99%
Like, what if you're
of
like
your body
yeah.
and your mind and your
Yeah.
pieces.
So, like, you're
With-
talking about like
You have like one little bit of brain, organic brain left.
in your body.
yeah.
Okay.
No. Like, so you've been, all your body parts got replaced by machines.
Okay. So I'm an android basically.
You're an android.
Yeah, but at what point are you just an android and not you anymore?
Oh, at the beginning.
Right?
The
Like I feel
minute.
like
The
second-
beginning.
Because especially once your life is like compromised enough that you're not technically alive anymore.
Right.
Right.
Well, and that's the thing is that
Because
like what are we doing? We're measuring vitals because depending upon the fact that
eventually the heart's going to stop.
that's right.
Like,
Right. Well, but and we're at the point where we can 3D print, organs with cells. So it's like that's the question is does that still count?
But it's the tricky part of like the question of where is your consciousness exactly? Because as
Uh-huh.
soon as your brain gets cut out of the equation, you either replace it very slowly, but then are you really still experiencing it all? You know what I mean? Like,
See-
or is there a brain death and then you zonk out and then you're darkness forever?
Right.
That's
and then
what I
some
think.
other
Yeah.
thing just like you
Mhm.
carries on the
Yes.
torch that
Right.
you don't get to be in there anymore.
Right.
That's what
That's-
I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a part of you that goes out forever, and like all of who you are and your experiences. That
This was all
Cuts
perfectly illustrated as Star Wars Battlefront. All right. When you're a sniper,
oh my god!
when
what
you're a sniper, you can send a little droid, a little round droid out that can move around and it can shoot like a single laser, but it overheats. The gun overheats at some
Yeah.
point. But basically, it can go anywhere you want, but somebody can shoot it and blow it up,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden you're back wherever you were.
Sure.
That's the idea. I think that'll be the bionic self is the little droid that goes around and eventually it gets destroyed and bam, disappears. And then your awareness is all of that stuff is transferred to that bionic self and that bionic self takes over. But the idea is part of who you of the information that's being transferred to the bionic self is the awareness that you're still in that other body,
Right.
and therefore that awareness is getting transferred to
here's-
the bionic self.
Here's my argument on this particular topic, and I'm
All right.
really apologize to our audience for
Oh,
derailing
Get
weird
ready.
news.
I'm ready for this. Here we go.
But how is that any different from reading the text of a book?
Mm-hmm.
Because you read the text of the book, the author who wrote it is gone.
Yeah.
They are now disassociated. They're
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
You read the text, it's an imagery. It's not actually, you're not the guy who wrote it, but you're reading the thoughts of him.
Mhm.
And the text that he wrote down, it's separate. It's inherently
That's the
separate.
postulation that has existed since ancient Egypt, or at least that's the farthest back record we have.
Mhm.
That the purpose of the pharaohs, they put their cartouche on every statement that they made so that their name would be read and therefore
Oh,
they
no,
would
it's
be
early-
revitalized.
Early social media.
Right, it's
oh my
exactly
God.
right. Yeah. So,
What the fuck?
but that's the idea is that every time their name was read, it would revitalize them within their belief structure. So the idea is that
Are they like the Insidious monster?
I guess kind of it's
Or, I'm sorry,
it's
the
a morphic
Sinister,
resonance. Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the boogeyman.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Bagul.
But
that's
yeah,
it. That's it.
Yeah.
Bagul.
Yeah. Yeah, and so basically the idea is that that continually replenishes their relevance, and that's essentially how they attain immortality. It's not actually like they live forever, but it's the idea that they continue to be named and therefore they're revitalized.
Right.
So in a way, yeah, it's that you part of you. See, I think that as a human, part of the human experience is the fact that we miscalculate, that we mess up, that we make mistakes, because in a way, that's the way that we learn more effectively, you know?
Mhm.
And so therefore, when we're in a calculating, I don't know, we want to say organism, but a calculating form
Mhm.
that's not necessarily going to make mistakes, at least in the same way,
Mhm.
then all of a sudden there will be a palpable shift.
Imperfection is a hallmark of humanity.
Right.
Right.
Therefore, perfection and epitomal structure
Yeah.
is almost the antithesis of the experience, so that we don't even have a concept of it
Right.
because we don't live that.
Mhm, mhm.
It'll be interesting to see the first like bionic brain adjustments,
Mhm.
or rather like some sort of accoutrement
Yeah.
that's attached to your brain to help you. That like, or like cochlear implants,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
That's like a brain bionic android sort of situation.
Did we talk about? I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but I keep seeing it on the weird news, and I don't know if I pulled the story or not. But they have an implant that they're putting in people's brains that's allowing paraplegics to completely operate robotic limbs.
What the fuck?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's who we need to talk to.
Yeah.
I feel like we're already kind of there in the first
Yeah.
stages.
that's what I'm saying.
That if that experience can just maintain, if it's gradual enough, I am wondering if it's so gradual that there is a transfer. Like, and it's not a moment, it's just so gradual. You still
It's-
exist.
I think
within it.
it's when technology assists our consciousness. At that point,
Right.
that's when the shift starts to happen, because that's when there's calculation outside of our biological, processing
Well,
that
like,
comes into
for
play.
instance, what if you were to get downloaded into some virtual world? This is another Black Mirror thing.
Yeah.
Like posthumously, you go to like a heaven,
Right.
where you exist still, but your body dies,
Mhm.
but your brain is maintained in this other world.
Yeah.
Is that considered a prolonging of consciousness?
Well, I think
I
it's
think so.
yeah, because essentially
your
you're
brain.
still adding experience.
Right.
But like, let's say your brain does click off at some point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you still there?
No,
Well, which
No.
you don't have consciousness. If your brain isn't working, you don't have consciousness. It's done. It's a coma.
and it's a matter of what
Right,
you
like-
identify as, I think, is the question.
Right.
Because ultimately we are the collective collection of our experiences.
Mhm.
And so all of those experiences are transferable data if they're recorded properly from a
Right.
sensory perspective, right?
Right.
Because that's essentially how we experience the world,
It's a
through
question of-
our senses and our processing.
Right. How we engage with information
Mhm.
inherently internally
Right.
versus what can possibly replicate it. Because if you could replicate it perfectly, would you exist in two places at once at that point?
That's a good question.
Like like your Battlefront sniper example.
Right. Well, but see, that's the idea, is that when that little droid goes out,
Mhm.
you don't see where
don't
you
see
are
one.
on top of that
Oh,
cliff
true.
or whatever.
Right.
Right.
So you only have one of those
Right.
consciousnesses. Consciousnesses?
Yeah, that's
Um,
that's good. We'll have to work on that. That's like text.
Yeah.
What's the past tense?
What's the
Texted?
plural of
Texted.
zebra?
Right? That's a
Or is it
zebra.
text?
Yeah, right. That's it.
Actually, what is the plural of zebra? Allison?
Zebra.
Zebra.
Is it?
I
Yeah.
think so.
It's not zebra.
It's like deer.
I don't think so. I think it's zebra.
It's not zebra stripe gum.
Well,
Oh.
that's when you have a whole group of them
shortest
together. It's
lasting
like a
gum in the
murder
world.
of crows. Zebra stripe gum is a whole bunch of zebras together. Yeah.
It's a whole bunch.
Yeah.
All together.
That's right. All together now. But yeah, I think that's the idea, is like
Yeah.
but the bigger question is we, of course, would be unable to process both of those streams of consciousness at once, but would this android self be able to? Probably yes.
Catch you up on it
Right.
when you get back.
Well, that would happen. But I mean, even to the point, I'm trying to think. There's a movie, and I can't think of what it is, but they kind of do this where they go off with a avatar of some sort, and their eyes kind of get like a white. They almost look like they have cataracts, like they have like a milky glaze over their eyes, and they're seeing whatever this thing is seeing. I can't think of what movie it is, but anyhow, that's the idea.
Mhm.
Is like that you would experience it through this avatar, but the other way around, this thing that is recording your consciousness could potentially be recording what you're biologically experiencing, as well as what your android or your robot self is going off and experiencing. That it could handle both of those processes at once, whereas we're not biologically built for that.
If we could transfer the electrical impulse energy over to some like mechanical form, I think we could probably persist forever.
Yeah.
Because
It'd be really challenging.
because
though.
energy itself,
Mhm.
it's electrical impulses that run your brain and your body. So if you could take those specific electrical impulses and jump them over to something else, you probably could.
Yeah, but you wouldn't.
I don't know,
need it
Allison.
to
What do
be-
you think?
wouldn't
Allison's
need
the only like actual
Those
doctor in the room.
bioelectric though. That's the idea. It's different than like electricity
Right.
running through the wall. That's a
Right.
different thing. It's more chemical than
Right.
it
There's
is.
a lot with like your like even electrolyte.
Well, who's to say you can't have
transmissions and
like
things like that.
a
Like,
chemical, like an android that basically just gets refilled like a printer, like with ink,
Yeah.
like an inkjet printer.
That's inefficient though.
You just get filled up with chemicals. But I mean, to start
I feel like
with,
it'd be so
like a-
complicated though
Yeah.
too, because even if you can like transfer memory,
Mhm.
that doesn't mean that you're transferring like how that person felt during that memory or like the emotional part of it too.
the other
like
part of the brain.
because to me, like if you can't transfer that stuff over to adequately feel things, then that's not really a person. Like that's just that's basically a memory stick.
But if you make
Mhm.
a copy of that person, the other parts of their like their android brain lights up just the way that their regular human brain would have lit up when experiencing those electrical impulse memories.
But how do they know how that human
They would have to study your brain and like kind of like record it
yeah.
Mhm.
and have you go
But
through like
that would be
everything.
such a long process too. Like
Right.
this would be
Mhm.
like a lifelong
Oh yeah.
process, I feel like.
Yeah,
This
no.
is something that was started. I forget what college it was, but I talked about this the last time we got on this topic. There's a series that was called Through the Wormhole with Morgan Freeman, and he went
Oh,
around
yeah.
and did some really cool stuff. He was interviewing a professor, and all of the kids in his class, they wore body cams with biosensors 24/7. And they would exchange them out through time, and
Oh,
then it all got
no.
uploaded to a server
That's
and
brave.
to basically to
wouldn't.
record their existence, and
Sure.
then they were able to play back those life experiences, including their sensory input, because basically, like with all of the replication that we're doing these days for people who maybe don't have ears or they can't hear, or that whatever senses they're missing, that we're able to electronically, mechanically recreate those things, that essentially it just takes those impulses that we're receiving through our senses and turning that into data, and then that data can be replicated onto these bionic ones,
Right.
and so that's the process
But the
of it.
bionic thing is not actually feeling anything. It just knows like what that person was
It's
feeling.
just a replay. It's like a
yeah.
player piano.
And
Right.
that's the difference, right? So like
Yeah.
that's what makes it not me or you or any human. Like
Mhm.
it's not actually feeling it. It's just replicating how
Well, but here's another point to kind of like
Sure.
consider, right? Like you can't recall exactly. There's certain parts of your history that you can't recall how you felt about. You can't
Mhm.
even recall that they even happened.
Sure.
So at a certain age,
Especially when
does it
you're very
even
young.
matter? Like you could just be like, all right, here's where I'm going to start.
Mhm.
I'm going to record as much information as I can
Yeah.
to generally get the gist of how I light up when how my brain lights up when I think about this stuff,
Sure.
and then just go from there. You go till you're deaf,
Yeah.
essentially, and then you can just like impart that onto the computer.
It's the sheer amount of data is the
Yeah,
problem as of
yeah.
right now, but we are getting bigger and bigger space,
Exponential
of growth, right.
progress,
Yeah, right,
is
right.
going to eventually make that a moot point.
Yeah, and
I don't
it'll be
know.
possible.
Would you guys want robo versions of yourself?
Hell yeah!
Absolutely.
I
Oh
wouldn't.
my!
Oh, yeah.
What?
It wouldn't be you experiencing it. You'd be dead still.
Well, that's fine. I think I'm worthwhile enough to continue on a little bit.
But I feel like okay, so for example, so say you passed
So
away or
inevitably
whatever.
got broken.
That's like what I don't know. I'd be hanging out with this robot version of you. It'd be weird.
I'll take
Like,
a robo, Allison.
No, you wouldn't like that. Not really.
You
Not really.
won't like
I don't
that.
think so. Like, because you'd know it's not actually me. It's like these little are the Echoes, Alexa things.
Yeah.
It's like them. You know that it's not actually that person's voice. It's just this recording. It's this synthesized version.
I think I could separate it enough and be like, okay, if I'm uncomfortable with it, you go off and do your own thing.
go along, little robot.
Yeah.
Go on, little toaster.
Get out of here.
Go, leave.
Well, that's the beauty and the sadness of a human life, right? Like you experience it this once, and we get to have that once. Like,
Temporary.
it's It's not supposed to be forever.
Hmm.
Like, that sounds really sad, but
Well, the finite nature of life is one of its most important characteristics. That's
It does
true.
drive us
Yeah.
towards certain things.
Right,
I think
right.
that you start to lose a little bit of motivation
Yeah.
as far as the way that we're wired, right,
Yeah.
as we are biologically.
Mm.
Yeah.
If there isn't a clock ticking.
would it make you feel like more motivated? Like if there was going to be a robot version of you, like would you feel like, okay, I gotta live my life so that my robot version of me is like
Experience.
Like
Yeah.
like some
Yeah.
weird sort of like child-like like a parent relationship with it.
almost, yeah.
Yeah, because like I got to make my life the best I can.
It's
It's
more
very like nihilistic
It's,
viewpoint.
it's
of
more like Freaky Friday, where like you're an adult and you get to become a kid again, and you're
Yeah.
like, shit, I got to do all
This is
these
how you have
kid
to do
things
it.
that I didn't
oh,
do.
like you can restart your life again.
No. But the idea is like all of a sudden you realize, like, wait a minute, I'm not going to be able to experience things this way forever, and so I have
Oh.
to experience as many things this way as
Right.
possible.
I think any exercise into the idea of temporary existence.
Yeah.
This is like kind of a nihilistic viewpoint, and I think that not in the negative way, but like nihilism to me is very uplifting because
Right.
it is that finite taking advantage of what you have right here and now,
Mhm.
and the fact that it's not going to stay forever.
Right.
Like carpe diem, basically.
Yeah.
Nothing means
Do-
anything.
Nothing means
Nothing
anything.
means anything.
I don't even think we've referenced that on the show.
Yes, we have. Yes,
Oh,
we
okay.
have. Yeah, we have.
Nobody
Yeah,
knows
yeah,
what the fuck we're
yeah.
talking about.
You have to have some good recall.
This got very deep.
It's good. It's
Sorry.
good. It's
My
wonderful. I
apologies.
love it.
Those of
Yeah.
you who are working in the morning, particularly one of our listeners who I know.
That's right.
I'm
You
sorry,
should-
Sean.
Should be playing guitar. Well, so in a video played at Amazon at an event, a young child asks, Alexa, can grandma finish reading me The Wizard of Oz? Alexa then acknowledges the request and switches to another voice mimicking the child's grandmother, filled with
Okay.
racial epithets. The voice
Oh.
assistant then continues to read the book in the same voice. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Can grandma read it to me with all of
Oh,
her
that's-
racist antiquated beliefs?
Well, this technology has exciting potential in education, accessibility, and entertainment. And yet, it also is easy to imagine how it could be used to inappropriately impersonate speakers and deceive listeners. Said
Well, that's a negative way of thinking about it. I thought we were going with the sweet angle.
well, that wasn't somebody
The
from
fuck?
from
Some of
from
that was,
from
that
Alexa
was
or
kind
Amazon.
of sweet.
Yeah.
It's
But
yeah.
I agree with the other part, though. You got to think smart about this.
Absolutely,
Like,
that's the first thing. Whenever you create technology, you have to think, how can somebody use this the wrong way?
Deep fakes
That's
are
a
now
big-
becoming
oh, yeah.
very
Oh, yeah.
prevalent. And we've
Okay.
talked about this on our show for years.
Yep.
like, hey, Alexa, is it the Alexa? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Or is it
Mhm.
Echo?
Yes. Well, it's Echo is the name, and the only reason they did that was because Alexa is the wake word. So if you
Oh.
say that name to
see.
it, it's going to start listening
But
to you.
that's like telling it to like, okay, call our lawyer.
Yeah,
and
right.
talk as my dead wife. Like,
This is
I don't know.
Oh my God!
So this
Allison,
is the
what?
thing.
Holy
This is the thing.
shit!
Like, am I wrong?
Because
Transfer power of attorney to us, please.
3 years ago,
Close all accounts.
3 years ago, I was so excited because they had announced. I think Google announced this, if I remember. It was some technology summit that happened before the pandemic, and they were going to have a virtual assistant. So essentially, what you could do is you could go on your phone, you could schedule things, and then have a robotic voice
Oh.
call people for you and have complete conversations. We played the conversation on the show,
Why don't I remember this?
and basically it has a conversation with a human being to schedule an appointment, and that way you don't have to do it, which is a glorious thing for people
Yeah.
like me, and so that was a really exciting thing, but this is just progress upon
where
it.
they're like,
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
no.
Hello.
actually, that
Hello.
sounds great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even exaggerating. I'm
Right.
like, hello. And they're like, hello, this is Jim calling from Energy Services.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck you, Jim. I'm not doing great at all. I'm talking to a fucking asshole right now on my phone, and I'm wasting my time.
Oh,
Thanks. Me
I'm
too.
Yeah, right. Exactly right.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's
How about the weather?
that's no different than the old answering machine messages. you know.
I normally
Hello?
just say,
Gotcha.
yeah, gotcha.
Jonathan
Not this
Frakes
time.
here.
Nope, we fooled you.
Wrong again.
If I could just get Jonathan Frakes to do my answer.
That's all you gotta do.
If
Get
he's
Jonathan Frakes
if
on your
he's-
Alexa.
If he's at a con, I don't even need it anymore. Not
No.
with this technology.
Nope,
No.
not anymore. We
Oh
don't.
man, could we get Keith David?
Oh, yeah.
He's already
Oh,
he's
yeah.
already gone
I
that
know.
far with
He'd
us.
He'd do it
he'll
for
do
us
it
for
again.
free.
I
Yep.
love it
Yeah.
so much.
Keith David, just read me the rest of the Wizard of Oz.
That was my
Oh my
that was my favorite part about seeing the thing in theaters was Keith David being on the big screen.
Oh man, I know, right? It's so surreal to be like, oh yeah, and this was filmed in 1982.
Mm.
In 40 years,
I wasn't alive yet, and Keith David eventually fulfilled my stupid wishes.
his destiny at that point in life. This is what I love
No
about
idea.
just
Unbeknownst
getting
to him.
into people's lives. His destiny, he made the thing and all that stuff that from based on the butterfly effect,
Right.
his involvement in that ended up leading to him doing that stupid joke with
I
us.
love this
Here
so
I
much.
am.
Oh my god. That knowing that was part of his destiny in the future, just I fucking love it. I
That's
can't
it.
It's so good.
I can't get enough of it.
You're listening to Keith David Radio.
Oh my god. I just can't.
Well, I'll tell you, step aside, Gene Simmons, because Ohio State University has finally
Ohio State.
they have finally won the trademark on the word the.
What?
You have to call it the. Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office approved the university's request Tuesday. The school says it allows Ohio State to control the use of the word the on branded products
Yeah.
associated with and sold through athletics and collegiate channels, such as t-shirts, baseball
insane.
caps, and hats. The has
But
been
they-
a rallying cry in the Ohio State community for many years, and Buckeye fans who purchase official Ohio State gear support student scholarships, libraries, and university initiatives, said Ben Johnson, the university's senior director of media and public relations. He noted that the university's licensing and trademark program generates over $12.5 million a year in revenue.
Oh my god.
Money talks, baby.
So
They
what,
need to calm down.
They do need to
They need to
calm
calm
down.
down.
I'd
Like
say.
we get that you're the Ohio State.
Yeah, that's right.
Like simmer down though. Jeez.
Yeah, right. Is it really that big of a deal?
You talk to their students, it's a huge deal.
Apparently, the patent office rejected Ohio State's initial application, finding the trademark appeared to be used for, quote, merely decorative manner and as a, quote, ornamental feature, and didn't appear to function as a trademark that would differentiate the items from others. Now, let me tell you, as somebody who has been intimately involved in the trademarking process, this is an incredibly nauseating and very arbitrary process. Because when you trademark a name, not only do you have to be like, hey, here's my money. I want to own the rights to this word or this phrase or whatever. But you have to prove to them that there's a reason why you should get the rights to this. And every time they say, well, I don't really like the way that you have this application worded, you have to pay for it again and again and again and again. So I guess if you throw enough money at it, they're like, yeah, fine, you can have the word the.
well, 12 mil for like
$12.5 million a year.
per year
Per
on this
year.
bullshit.
They are so in love with themselves.
Oh my
like,
God.
Like, don't get me
the
wrong. they've got great
animosity that
programs, but
Allison was displaying
I-
during the
They are so in
vitriol on
love
her
with
face.
themselves.
They are. I've met so many vets and vet students that come out of this place, and like
Mhm.
they're always correcting you. If you call, oh yeah, you went to Ohio, you went to Ohio State. No, it's the Ohio
We went
State.
to the Ohio
the
State.
Ohio State. It's like,
Ohio.
can you like calm down? Like you got the same amount of education as all the other
Are
schools.
you competing with someone else?
Like, yeah. Like, is there? So now, what I want to do is start a new university, and it's going to be Ohio State University.
Yes.
That's what I was just
That's
about to
right.
ask. Is
Can
there
we
just
do
a
that?
regular?
Just do it A a Ohio State University. Yeah.
Oh
We're
my
going to
god!
trademark this.
Because you are
Yeah.
an
That's
Ohio
exactly
State
right.
or A or N
Yeah.
an Ohio State.
Yeah.
Ohio State
Yeah.
University.
An Ohio State
We are
University.
an Ohio State.
It's one of them.
The other
Are we wrong?
Ohio State.
Am I wrong?
University.
That's it.
Am I
That's it.
wrong?
Take that, patent office.
We're not the Ohio State. We are the other, or we are an Ohio
That's
State.
we're an Ohio State University.
Oh God, yeah, I've got a lot of personal feelings. on this.
Established. Yeah, that's the.
We don't know
ticket.
when it was established because this guy, the gardener, can't cut down the yew
No, no,
bushes.
they had to
enough
cut
to
the
show-
gardening budget because they had to pay all this money to the patent office. Yeah, they sorry we
Break them
can't
over
trim
the
the
coals.
bushes right now. Those at the top, and that's all we
We
need to
have to
worry about
afford
right
that.
Just
now.
cut it down enough so we can see the.
Just burn the whole thing. It doesn't matter. We finally got this word.
Do they go the or do they say the? Oh, the. Oh,
The
so they're real
Ohio State.
proper.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
way
The.
up their ass.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the.
Oh.
The Ohio. They always
right.
announce it like in all of like the graduation things or like the diploma.
Wait.
Like any of it.
I've got it. Old English. We'll do two E's at the end. We'll have another. The.
Oh, the.
Yeah.
The Ohio. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's
I like
all
it.
we got to
It's
do.
so close. Yet so
And then
far.
go into legal battle, get successful, get into embroiled in a huge legal court battle,
Yeah,
and then make
Oh.
it just
12 million
just to
later.
diminish
that's right.
whatever fucking
I don't know.
like podium they think they're standing on at this point.
I don't
Fuckers.
understand it. I don't understand it. So like between this and then like University of Pennsylvania has a completely
Yeah.
different title for their vets that come out of school.
Mhm.
They're DMVs rather than DVMs or something like that. I don't honestly I don't care enough
Well,
to
you know,
remember.
there's
Right.
got we have to
I
we
fucking hate
need
the DMV.
people we need people to license the terrible drivers and
or maybe
and
it's VMD.
whatever it is, it doesn't
But-
matter.
but
Yeah,
they-
that's
it's
the
super,
idea.
It's super important, just as important as this.
That's it.
They
You gotta
purposely
remember.
feel this
They feel like-
inclination
yes.
to
Yeah.
define themselves
Why-
differently.
Why are people like this?
Who because they have nothing else. That's why. I'll tell you who else had nothing else. Incredible footage of a Ukrainian man shaving his beard with a rocket embedded in his kitchen is going viral on the internet.
What the fuck?
This listen, I don't usually encourage people to do this, but I'm telling you, you need to go onto the internet and look at the video of this footage. It is the craziest thing that I have seen in a long time. This guy has a circular hole through his roof in which this rocket crashed into his kitchen.
Oh no!
Why didn't it explode?
I don't know. In the footage, the guy can be seen having a totally normal day. Life goes on after all. Even if you have a warhead just chilling in your home, I guess. In the footage, the man shows off the hole in the ceiling where the undetonated rocket entered. He doesn't seem too worried about it. But we would be we would 100% not be okay being in the house if the missile came through the roof and didn't go off. Said one user said, "I didn't go into my room if there's a spider and this man is shaving next to a rocket." Another one said, "Honestly, that would make a pretty awesome lamp once shit calms down, provided it doesn't sell a live
So
warhead."
here was my misinterpretation of the story.
Go
For
ahead.
first, I thought he used the rocket's blades on the end of it. to
Oh, that would
shave
be badass.
himself.
No, no,
I
they're
thought
not that
that's
sharp.
What he did.
No,
You're
those-
saying he's
no.
shaving in the presence of an
he's shaving.
undetonated
Yeah.
He's
warhead.
shaving at yeah. It's literally right
Like
next to his sink.
alongside the
Yeah.
rocket, not with it.
Well, so a third person said, "Who the fuck do you call about this?" For
Yeah.
many, the rocket it wasn't the big issue. Instead, they were asking why on earth the man was in his bathroom sink
sh-
and mirror in the
I'll
kitchen.
tell you what he should have done, and I know I'm sorry to
Yeah.
rain on his parade over here,
Yeah,
but what he should have done was put a fake beard on the rocket,
that's
and
it. Shave
in the
it.
video taught it how to shave.
Yeah. So
now that you're part of a permanent
The-
feature of our home,
this is it.
well, I'm going to teach you like a father is going to teach his son. This is the most horrific. Like, this is making light of something so horrible.
Right.
This man could have been like
Just
dust.
the whole building could have been obliterated.
Dust.
Look at the size of that fucking rocket.
Although, what is going on? Why is there a bathroom sink in his kitchen?
Well, this is what people are asking.
These people in Ukraine, they don't have
I'm
a
not
lot.
so
I
confused
feel
about
like
the
we need to
rocket.
help them.
I'm wondering why there's
Oh.
a sink and a mirror is next to the kitchen stove. They
Maybe
said.
he doesn't have a lot of space.
Well,
I
it could
guess.
be. It's a tight space. But I'll tell you, Yeah, like I said, these images are stills from the video. Okay, the video quality is better
Why is
than
he-
these stills.
also, by the way, he looks like a ginger and he's wearing a do rag.
Well,
I'm I'm sorry to say, dude, I don't think that
He
there's a
looks like a
reason.
your fashion choices are making me discount your story here. I'm not a fan. I was all right with the Rocket. Fashion choices are making me not okay.
The rocket part I can get over.
Yeah.
I can't get over the fact that you're a ginger wearing a do rag. Why the hell? What
He
about
does-
your hair
he
do you
also-
need to treat?
What is he shaving? He's got a full beard.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know.
not- yeah,
Is that
this
a
good
mustache?
question.
Is that what he's
Maybe
holding in
it's
his
the-
hands?
He just peeled it off. Yeah, it was because of the radiation from the rocket.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is you've got to see this video. It's so fucking crazy. Like him just it's like he's in like a video game and there's just a rocket sitting in his but this is real.
Is
It's-
Ukraine gonna be okay?
No.
They're going to get demolished,
No.
but at
Why
some
is it-
point
Like, is it just gonna be a gradual?
There's like war
process?
crimes.
It's already
just-
happening.
there's
Oh,
war
yeah,
crimes being perpetrated across
and
the whole
investigated
country.
already. They've already sent
Oh my
people
God.
over. Yeah.
I read recently that they just started. They just filmed a movie over there.
Yes.
They just started filming a
Ukraine?
movie.
No, that
for
was-
the first time.
You mean for
In the
the
Ukraine.
war crimes to document the
No.
war crimes?
Just I'm not sure exactly what
Oh,
it was, but this is the first movie that they started filming in the Ukraine since the war.
You mean like a film like for the movie theaters?
Not
like a
sure.
Marvel
Oh,
movie?
okay. Yeah,
I
like
mean,
a Marvel movie.
Yeah, like a Marvel movie, like
yeah.
Doctor
That's it.
Really
Can
Strange.
we
Yeah.
call Captain America? in on this?
That's what we really
Can we
need.
call it Captain
Yeah,
America?
we
Like,
need him.
He would help.
Captain America
He can do
3.
something. That's right.
Captain Ukraine.
War in the Ukraine. Yeah,
War in the Ukraine.
yeah, that's it. We'll see what happens, but it's bound to get wrapped up eventually. But it's just a mess. It's an
The
utter
poor
mess.
Ukrainian people have never had autonomy. They've never
No.
really had the
No.
opportunity to like. I met two people, like a couple from the Ukraine.
Yeah.
and they they're very adjacent to Russia,
Mhm.
but they have no association to Russia, and they've been fighting to have any sense of autonomy for literally like several decades.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have a friend who immigrated to the United States like right before the fall of the Soviet Union.
Mhm.
And he's in his late 50s, so he's like real deal, like he was in the Soviet Union during the Cold War and
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
And he was involved with like underground like contraband trafficking and stuff, which was just like books.
Oh my
you know,
god.
the stuff. So he was talking about how weird it was when he first came to the States. Like he still had these bookshelves that were like built into his kitchen table because he like was so like he had like this like compulsive thing. Like
Mhm.
he wasn't comfortable leaving things out
Mhm.
that used to be contraband. And so even though he knew he had freedom of speech being in the States, he would still
Jeez.
like hide everything. But he was talking to me about this whole situation when the war first broke out. And he's like, yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all because the way that the Russians look down on the Ukraine and then they talk about this or that. And he said, but ultimately it's just people, power play. It's
Mhm.
just the same stupid shit.
I feel like there's a good number of Russians who do not agree
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
this.
Right.
Like in the
right.
civilized world we live in
Yeah.
with so much access to information
Yeah.
and
Yeah, it doesn't
other
seem like
cultures.
Russia as a whole agrees with it. It
The
The
just seems
people
like,
of Russia I really don't think
seems
agree.
like a certain
No.
leader is a
It
little
seems
power
a
hungry.
little too familiar
Mm.
And
to
shirt
where
shy.
we are.
Yeah.
Remember when Donald Trump and Putin were best friends?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Huh.
Right. Thankfully, for Trump's
Well, whatever.
reputation. Well, whatever.
Whatever.
This didn't happen during Trump's fucking reign because had it happened, I mean, I kind of wish it did because like then you'd have a little bit more ammunition for these Trumpers.
I'm glad it didn't because Trump would be like, "Oh, Putin, you want this?
Yeah,
We'll help you."
Yeah.
Well,
that
I mean-
that or he would have just fired a bunch of warheads at him.
Yeah.
But like,
You know.
but that has that.
Ugh.
Then again, I say that in my mind, that's less ground for the Trump people to stand on.
Yeah.
But then again,
No.
these are people who don't
No.
even need ground to
Unsinkable
stand
shit,
on.
buddy. That's
They
it.
don't give a
They
fuck.
float
That's
on
it.
there.
They're volcanic islands. That's it. They make their own land to stand on. But I'll tell you who else made their own land to stand on. Allison, I'm glad you're here because I'm about to tell you about something terrifying.
Oh, so
The
excited.
the average bacteria is normally a few micrometers, right? Tens of thousands of a centimeter. The
Oh,
at-
look, those are little rod James.
but
That's cool.
at the size of an eyelash, Theo Margarita.
Why is that so big?
Yep.
Because that's a coin.
Magnifica is the largest bacteria ever discovered, and it's visible to the human eye.
What is it infecting?
Well, we'll have to find out together here.
I'm really excited.
Jean-Marie
And scared.
Valland led a study published in the magazine appropriately called Science on supersized bacteria measuring nearly a full centimeter. They wrote
I'm
these
sorry, what?
a full centimeter.
Just one of the individuals.
Just one.
what?
Yep. These cells grow orders of magnitude over theoretical limits of bacteria cell size. He said it stands out from the average bacteria like a person encountering another human as tall as Mount Everest.
That doesn't make. Okay, sorry. I need to
Yep.
listen.
It's bacteria are single-celled organisms that lack many of the natural traits of large complex organisms that have to support their size. T. magnifica defied a lot of biological standards by growing so large. Normally, DNA will drift freely in the membrane of the bacteria cell because it has no nucleus to house the DNA molecules. This prevents most DNA cells from getting larger than a few micrometers, according to records. But T. magnifica does have compartments for DNA, which is another observational first for the bacteria. We found there are structures within these bacteria that contain the DNA, and that is those structures compartmentalize the DNA from the rest of the cytoplasm. That is something unique, and it has not been observed in bacteria before. The marine biologist who originally discovered T. magnifica in the wild told a local paper that he has not seen any more of the massive bacteria, but scientists will try to replicate and grow the massive bacteria in the
Why?
lab
No,
for
no,
future
no.
observation. And that's not
Stop.
a problem at all.
Actually, no. I
Stop.
guess I get why.
Yeah.
They want to understand it, and they probably want to know how to treat it if we
Yeah.
encounter it. But so did I miss what this thing was infecting?
It was in a swamp.
It was
And I
just-
only
it was
know
just
that because
chilling?
I saw it in another article when I pulled this picture
that's
from.
really big.
It's enormous, and this is a dime. I saw this picture and I thought it was cat hair.
I thought,
And I was like, this is terrifying. This is a bacteria.
I was like, look at these
What's
little
going
shiny
on?
lights. Like
What-
this must be
So
movement
for
of some
reference,
That's it.
what is the typical bacteria
kind. You have
size?
to use
Allison?
like immersion oil 100 high power like on a microscope
what?
to see it. Like
It wouldn't even be visible in
no,
this
you
image
can't
that we're
see
looking
it.
at.
No.
Even if you were to say,
No.
"Oh, it's one little like section
No,
of
like
what
so-
the
so-
fuck?"
So for example, so say I've got like a dog or a cat with like an ear infection,
Yeah.
Right.
and we put a little swabby guy on a slide.
Mhm.
I have to turn the power up to like the 100
Okay.
to really visualize it.
What
Exactly.
the fuck?
Yeah, like you can't see that with the naked eye.
That's like they said, this is equivalent to encountering another human being
It's
as
insane.
tall as Mount Everest.
Oh my god!
That's
Attack
so
on Titan.
freaking
Yeah, that's
crazy.
it.
Oh,
Not again. Yeah.
That's
Holy
crazy.
shit, man!
So there
That's
you go.
wild
I
as
can't believe I
fuck.
didn't hear about this.
I
stuff.
know it's wild
Isn't
stuff.
that a zootropic like emergency, like what
I
we were
guess it
talking
just-
about the
I-
other day?
Oh yeah, so we were talking about the fact that I found this cat that
Mhm.
had like a fungus
Mm.
that systemically, and it's
Yeah.
not common at all out here.
Uh-oh.
And
It's-
apparently
it's
it's
like
it's
some-
reportable.
It was like a Hail Mary thing that she was
Mhm.
like, I think this is this weird fungus.
Was it
thing."
because of that monkey outbreak? The monkeys that got
No.
loose?
Oh my god, those
God, the
highway monkeys.
Highway
The
monkeys.
highway monkey.
Oh my god! I wish I would have got one of those highway monkeys.
But no,
I would have
did-
saved
I
them.
did get to report this to the like
Awesome.
CDC
Well, there you
and
go.
whoever. Like, so that was cool.
Check
but
in, folks.
It was wild, but no, like this. I mean, I guess it all depends on what this infects. Like, if it's not dangerous
Right.
to us, okay, cool.
Right. Maybe it
Which
just goes after
it sounds like
dimes.
it's just an
Yeah.
environmental.
I mean, that's in the picture.
It's just hungry for money.
Yeah, it's the first capitalistic bacteria.
Yeah, the Trump
Yeah,
bacteria.
That's right.
Can we call this
Weak,
Donald
ineffectual.
Trump?
Yep.
doesn't affect a single thing except
But it's
for
huge.
money.
It's huge.
It's 100 times the size of a person.
It's the biggest bacteria that you've ever seen.
Well, the biggest bacteria
Oh.
we've ever seen. So, as we all know, the 4th of July is coming up, folks. This isn't another list But I'm coming up with one of those soon. I'm working on that right now, trying to pull some things together. But drivers on a New Jersey interstate got a free fireworks show on Sunday when a tractor trailer transporting a large amount of fireworks caught fire and set off the explosives as it drove down the highway.
Oh my
Is the driver
god!
okay?
So what are the odds of a whole of a truck carrying a payload
Right.
of fireworks catching on fire?
It's a
Because my car doesn't catch on fire
Right.
just randomly, spontaneously. Why is a firework truck catching on fire?
Maybe it was a very old
It's
truck.
there's got to be some reason here. But the truck driver noticed the tire of a dolly he had on the truck was ablaze and pulled over on the side of the I-287 South in Bridgewater around 10:30 in New Jersey. The fire quickly spread and ignited some of the thousands of pounds of fireworks loaded onto the trailer. So this guy just dodged it just barely. Drivers and passengers stuck behind the truck near exit 14A filmed videos of exploding fireworks as they waited for traffic to clear. The wild scene was backed up traffic for hours as several lanes were shut
God.
down as authorities responded to the tractor trailer fire.
So was the driver okay?
He survived.
Oh, that's good.
He survived, and luckily, I think he realized that the wheel of the dolly was on fire, and that was the end of it.
Do they have like little cameras?
They must, because
Right?
I don't know how in the hell
'Cause
he
how
would have
else
seen it
know?
unless it
Yeah.
was like strapped to the back and it fell,
And how
off or
did
something.
it catch on fire?
That's exactly right. It's got to be friction of some sort, but it just destroyed the whole thing. It was a very strange turn of events there. But there
It
you
was
go.
exciting.
It
And
was exciting.
It was very timely. Right
And that's it.
before our nation's birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday to the most backward
You're
ass
a
piece
truck
of
fire on the middle of the New Jersey Turnpike. This is the representation.
We're just a big old burn stain on the grass on the side of the road. That's how I feel about this fucking place.
That's exactly what we're here to do, folks. That's what we're here for. And for our last story here, we're going to tell you about something weird. All right.
I
don't like
fucking
it.
hate this
I
picture.
don't like
I don't know
it.
what's happening here.
Why is this
God.
So
fucking
we're heading over to our dear auf Deutschland. We're heading over to Germany.
Oh, no, of
All right.
course,
They
of course.
need to stop.
This
too.
is German Burger King, folks. German
Oh.
Burger King has dropped a new range
They're
of
never
burgers, and the menu is, quite frankly, vomit-inducing.
Also just goes, we're never going to Germany.
We're never going to Germany.
They had
Yeah.
Nazis, now this.
This is
I can't deal with
Nazis and now Burger King. So they weren't happy with the Fuhrer. They got to have the
Ashamed of
Burger
my
King.
German roots.
Yeah. Well, you can choose from. So here's the choices you've got. You can choose from fried egg and banana, a currywurst sausage on a burger bun with a marinated herring, vanilla ice cream with eggs and olives on a burger bun, or the pièce de résistance, a burger with layers of pancake, fresh raspberries, ice cream, regular cream. I don't know if that's like you put in your coffee, and beef.
I don't understand why the Germans have this very.
Do they just hate themselves?
Yeah, they're just like, let's
because of
put all this
I
together.
think after World War II, they were like, we just need to punish ourselves.
They're like, we've got a
consistently.
lot to make up for here.
There's
yeah.
a German tradition of putting a slice of cheese
Yeah.
on pie.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh yeah. No.
They
I
hate
wait a minute.
themselves.
grew up with it. Grew up
What?
with
That-
it right here.
What?
Yep.
Why?
I
Grew up
think it's
with
a bit of a
I never
Pennsylvania
ate it.
Dutch
I
thing.
never ate it.
But why is that? Do they think it?
You
tastes
never
good?
ate it?
Sharp cheddar cheese on let's see, apple pie. I saw it on pumpkin pie.
Is it good?
Like, it's
I've
like-
never
Why
tried.
is this making me like nauseous?
I
It's
was never
just-
close enough with my German grandmother
Yeah.
to hear about this.
Yeah.
And this was never served at my mostly Italian get-togethers.
Juan says cheese is great on apple pie.
So this is like
Oh.
this is kind of a regional thing. I feel like, but I've
freaking
definitely
love cheese,
heard of
but-
it
Oh, me
since.
too. Yeah.
Oh,
I have
God.
not actually tried it. Juan,
I can't. I don't think I can do it.
Juan, when Juan,
We're gonna need an interview on this.
Oh
We're
my
gonna
God.
need in depth.
Juan,
Bring
we're
an
gonna have to
apple
interview
pie.
you
This
about
is gonna
this.
be it. We're doing whole
Better yet-
Patreon content.
Bring
Just-
pie and
bring a
cheese.
This is
pie.
whole
Bring
pie and
some
cheese.
cheese.
It's going to be Patreon
Yes.
content. We're not even going to talk to you. You're just going to eat it
Right.
on camera.
Just-
Yeah, yeah.
On camera.
You guys are gonna have to try it too.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I'll take a slice.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'll
think-
try.
I mean, the
anything.
salty sweet combo, I get that, but I have never been a fan of mixing things, right? I'll take, if I eat something sweet, like even if I have like a Jack and Coke or something like that, the sweetness from the Coke, I'll go and get like some chips or something like that, some saltiness to balance it out. That makes sense.
Sure.
I can't do the
No.
combo.
At the
Combo
same
doesn't work
time.
for
Especially
me.
when
Yeah.
there's the egg and herring.
Yeah,
and
the herring thing is
the most appetizing one looks like that tort one.
This
Yeah,
fucking Shane Gewerskirchen. I can't deal with this.
Gewerskirchen.
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 That's right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Matt
Yeah.
actually knows German.
Yes, I did 3 years of German.
What does Gewurz of
I have no idea.
It means olive sex burger.
Olive sex.
It's
yeah,
olive sex burger. It's disgusting. There's a burger sesame seed bun. There's ice cream on it. There's a tomato. There's a shitload of green olives, which I hate.
But no pimento.
Not a single
Yeah, where's the
ounce
No,
of pimento.
no pimento to be seen. No.
Then there's like the regular ass beef patty,
Right.
and then there's the bun at the end.
The bun you're used to seeing.
I think the bun's the best part.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's really the
Because
only.
like the other one looks like almost like a weird
The tort,
dessert.
the tort and beef one kind of like
I would eat
looks.
That looks like
decent?
something you'd get
I'd
from
eat
like.
that one.
It's almost like somebody working at Burger King was like, "Shit, we're running out of food. Go over to IHOP and get a couple breakfasts,
I
and
didn't.
we'll just put we got buns."
I thought this was an IHOP
Yeah,
picture when you
I
brought it
did
up.
too when I first saw it. Yeah, but it's definitely not.
Unbelievable.
Well, according to German Burger King, they're here to make your pregnancy cravings come true as a
Stop.
burger.
Stop
Oh,
it.
come on.
There you go.
If you're forced to be pregnant,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You
Give
might
me a
as well eat this shitty burger.
go ahead. This is called the abortion burger.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
kill your child inside.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did Germany also get rid of abortion?
Yeah, it
Okay.
happened. Yeah.
They were all about eugenics, so they're just transferring their
That's right.
knowledge from that period into
They might
the
as well
modern
make it
age.
Can the
fast and
United
accessible.
States at least come up with something like
That's
this?
it. We're working on it. We're working on it. Well, with the representative survey of expectant mothers, Burger King uncovered the myths surrounding pregnancy cravings. The result: pregnancy cravings are the most normal thing in the world, and resistance is almost pointless. This is Burger King's quote here.
Resistance is
Oh.
futile.
So
We were just talking about the Borg earlier.
So, this I don't know if it's either of these, but they have donned the title of the Pregnancy Whopper as the result of a survey commissioned by the German
That's
Burger
just
King.
because somebody with a disgusting tongue
Right.
came up with this nonsense, and they thought, "Who's going to eat this? Oh, pregnant women."
It's a bet. Like
What?
it's a bet.
It's a
gone
bet.
wrong.
This is it. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
How many
This is
people?
a
They're
wager.
like, we're doing
how many
fine. Let's
people
fucking
you wanna
try it.
bet- How many
Yeah.
people you want to bet are gonna eat this?
This is a game of chicken that Burger King is playing with their customers.
It's just in Germany. They can take it. Yeah.
That's fine. We just have a wall dividing us.
That's
We
right.
just
It's
have an
all
iron
good.
curtain out here.
Well, according to Burger King Germany, 58% of women have cravings during pregnancy. Data showed that the three most popular weird food combinations for expectant German mothers are jelly and pickles, fish fingers and applesauce, all right, and currywurst and brathering, which is the name for marinated herring. So these are the combos. Thank God I don't see any fish on these marinated herring on these. Matt looks like he's about to lose his life. His dinner. Yeah, yeah.
It's like not only will you make it unappetizing, but you want to make it stinky
That's
too.
this thing reeks.
I mean, I don't want to smell the fucking vomit from 14 miles away.
right.
Because if you roll up on a German Burger King,
Yeah.
you're gonna puke before you can even
It's a-
say your order.
That's what you got to keep your windows
They're
up.
not thinking about the morning sickness that
That's-
also comes. with
That's right.
pregnancy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's whatever
a
time
brief-
of day it is.
It's a brief window that you're craving that shit, and
That's it.
hopefully they're coming in at that specific time.
That's right.
Oh my God.
I think they're just in this masochistic mindset.
That's it.
I feel like I've heard of pregnancy cravings like, oh, I really wanted Reese's or
Yeah.
like maybe pickles.
Yeah.
I was told when I was like in my mom's stomach,
Mhm.
my mom ate a lot of ice cream.
Sure.
Oh, see, that's a nice craving.
That's
not
one
really-
thing.
That's manageable.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Herring.
Nobody said that my mom ate ice cream
There's some
and fish
weird
heads.
ones. I used to watch TLC a lot when I was younger. And
TLC doesn't teach you anything.
this is back before
At
they
all.
started, but this is when they were like borderline, but they were like teaching you about things that were very fringe, but they were still valid.
There was some authenticity.
That's right. They were basically like, it was like 2:00 in the morning when you're like at a college bar and one of the science professors is just happening to be there drinking.
Yeah.
It's like he's about to dive into some really like borderline sticky shit.
It wasn't the Barnum and Bailey's freak show.
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
have.
He hadn't quite got to that point yet.
My 1,000-pound life.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah, we were just shy of that. We were like a year away.
Yeah.
And they were talking about all these weird things that women were craving when they're pregnant. But certainly the one thing they were never craving is this show. And so that's the reason why we're happy to remove it from your diet. So
those of you who are pregnant and don't want to be,
yeah.
Hopefully we are so bad at this show that we'll terminate your pregnancy.
And we'll see you next time on another episode of the Kickstart with Matt.
And Matt.
Yes.
Bye, babies.
Oh no.
I wish, God damn it, we have to play this Corpse Master song, but there's an old hair metal song that starts out with bye bye baby bye bye, and I want to play it so bad, but we're gonna play. So Jesse from Salem Satan and Ben from Usaka Guitar and myself, we did this tune called Invoking Evil. So if you haven't heard it yet, you're about to if you're listening to the playback. So check it out. There'll be more tunes coming along eventually, but I hope you enjoy this, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. All right. Juan's the only one that stuck through it with us.
Juan, thanks
Juan's
so
here.
much for sticking by it. By the way, Juan, just since it's just us here,
Yeah.
I just want to tell you that I was cracking up at you ripping people apart on your Facebook posts. People were arguing with you, and you're just shutting them down and tearing them apart. And I love it because these people are so fucking ignorant.
What are
And
you
this
talking about?
I'm talking about like with the abortion law.
abortion.
Like all this stuff.
Yeah.
Juan has been posting a lot of pro
Yeah, sure.
rights stuff.
Because rights are something
Go
that we should
figure.
have.
Go
Yeah.
figure, right?
The
You
Supreme
should-
Court
right, to
decided to
choose
just-
something.
Fucking strip away out of people's lives.
Remember when we backtracked like how many years?
What year is it?
Oh my god, yeah, dude, it's like over 50 years.
It's insane.
That's an
ridiculous.
entire person's lifetime. I know a guy that was born around the time that decision was made, and he died before they repealed it. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yep, there
That's
you go.
insane.
There you go. Happy birthday, America.
Happy fucking birthday. Let's just
not feeling especially patriotic this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And meanwhile, it's Pride Month, and
Pride
these
Month.
people don't
That's
give
right.
a fucking fuck. Like, this is all I've seen is how they're going to just chip away at all the progress that it feels like we've been making over the past like half a century.
The only thing that I take solace in is understanding that the fickle nature of the government, where it's just a waiting game. But the problem is, because we're talking about Supreme Court justices, they have to fucking die first or have a scandal that gets them out of there.
Yeah,
Maybe
or
I
retire,
should do
but that's not
actually,
going to
I guess
happen.
I can't say that on recording.
Well, this is only on YouTube.
Oh,
so-
okay, great. So maybe I should do our country a favor
Yeah.
and wait for the Supreme Court justices to all meet up and just bomb the
Yeah.
crap out of it.
That, or you could send these giant bacteria. We don't know what they
yes.
do yet.
I like that plan.
That's it. That's it.
It's-
Dear Supreme Court justices.
Your honors, I have something very important to show you. And then you
Present.
trip and then you throw
Actually,
it all over the bench.
minus the what, 3?
Yeah.
Minus the 3 that voted in
Just
favor
let
of
them know.
anything good.
It's
That's it.
it's fucking
That's it.
There's
crazy.
one male. Also,
'Cause-
who's this female that voted like freaking against?
Well,
Even
we know who she
jokingly, I
is.
understand like that you say that, but
Yes, I do say it
there are
jokingly,
people
like-
who I'm like waiting for the possibility
Someone's gonna do it.
of somebody
Mhm.
trying to get rid of the Supreme Court justices, because that there is no fucking way
yeah.
I'd love
that
to hear
most people aren't pissed off about
Right.
this, and you
Right.
get enough disgruntled. You only need like
Oh,
one or two
dude.
disgruntled people.
I'd love to hear their reasoning behind it and hear not the mention of us.
Well,
being
there's
a
this
Christian
all this
nation.
Pressure. Yeah. That's
rhetoric
it, yeah.
horseshit about this is everything I see about like people who are trying to defend it. This puts
haven't seen a
more
single-
rights in the state's hands,
Yeah.
in the will
That
of the
makes it better?
people.
Right.
The will of the people. Go fuck yourself. Do you
Yeah.
even understand that there are all these minute, tiny little details that go into the decision?
Mm-hmm.
and the consequences of making this decision.
Sometimes it's a freaking like I don't want to say it's an easy decision, but hey, look, here is this condition that's going to. Like, are you talking about the abortion itself or making the law decision?
I'm saying that like so socially and legally, there are all kinds of like little intricacies that are going on
Right.
that having it being a constitutional right, it sidesteps all the little bullshit hang up nonsense roadblocks
Right.
that are now suddenly cropping up everywhere.
Right. And this lets you treat each person like an individual rather than, oh, well, our
Exactly.
state says, because
Exactly.
ultimately, if you have a pregnancy and something bad happens
Mm-hmm.
and you need to abort it,
Mm-hmm.
you need to have that as an option.
Yup.
Otherwise, but your life doesn't matter. You
Nah.
lived your life. You
Don't
need
worry
to-
about it. You
'cause
already got a chance.
We were talking about this earlier. We were talking about how I get so frustrated because all these stupid people are like, "Oh, he could cure cancer," or "Oh, he's gonna be
Oh
the
my
freaking
God.
next president." No, you want to know who's gonna be? He's gonna be Johnny the freaking homicidal maniac, and like he's gonna destroy your whole world.
That's exactly
He's
right.
just
You don't
going to be
freaking know.
another
That's
asshole.
it.
Yes.
Just
Because
another one in the
guess
pile.
what the formula for an asshole is?
Yep.
And I'm sorry for the little kid and all the potential,
Yeah.
but most assholes are ignorant
Yep.
and they don't have people around them that want them,
There's
that
too
take care
many
of them.
people here.
Right.
There-
Look at how many kids are up for adoption or in foster
When you
care.
abort
No,
a
we don't worry
child,
about them.
so here's the
Well,
thing.
they're not important.
More people.
Most of the time you abort,
Turn up to 11.
bring them all in
Bring
here.
them all here.
Bring them in and throw them in the pit of
That's
nonsense.
right.
When you abort a child, it's for medical reason. First and foremost, it's almost never a form of late contraception.
Okay.
Almost never.
Right.
It's either a medical procedure that needs to happen, or the person's going to maybe die, or the child is going to maybe die anyways. So it's just easier to just say, okay, this is like, it's less cruel.
Mhm.
Okay. And it's also more humane to have an abortion. Or there's some social situation going on, like the product of a rape or some other awful thing. Or,
Oh no, please go ahead.
oh no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, but even as like someone who's trying to be responsible and realizing, oh, I made a mistake. Because say there is a random, like a woman who hooks up with some random dude who she doesn't know who he is.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
How's it gonna impact that guy's life? It's not going to.
Or the
life of the child
Right.
by being forced to deliver this
Right.
child.
Because I'm not gonna hold any animosity towards the fact that I had to birth this creature. Like,
Right.
This
Oh, yeah, that
this
won't-
is the
That won't
reason.
affect your parenting at all.
This
No.
is the
Like, it's just-
reason.
and this is as someone who, like, after all, Matt, we used to be in the pro-life club.
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
We're photographed. We're photographed. We're turncoats.
Evidence.
We're turncoats.
And
You gotta-
bear in mind, as a female, like, no,
Yeah.
I don't have any, like, if I got pregnant, I have no real goal of getting an abortion unless,
Mhm.
heaven forbid, there's a medical issue that
Mhm.
it needs to happen.
But it's terrifying. Think about like,
it is. It's terrifying.
is
I don't
it's
wanna
your
have a
life or
kid
some
now.
fucking
Like-
piece of shit that I can replace. You can replace it.
Yeah.
It's not, the potential has not been reached yet.
Right.
I'm
Well,
sorry, but like
yeah.
if it's me or the person I'm with, I want the person I'm with.
It's easier to scrap a script than 8 seasons, okay? Let me just put it to you that way.
I mean, like,
and again, you don't know what this kid
That's
is going to turn into.
That's it.
But
as
oh,
far as
God.
like being a good person, just like you said, Allison, being a good person, I would rather have not existed than to jeopardize the life of my mom.
Yeah.
Because I love my mom.
Right.
I would never have done that.
Mhm.
I would have rather you just terminated me, because let's be fair, everything would have been a lot easier
Right.
anyway. But that being said, that's because I have unconditional love. You're probably going to get some asshole piece of shit.
Right.
And this person, why do you want to bring in babies into this world that somebody doesn't want?
Mhm.
If you don't want that baby, they shouldn't be here. I'm sorry to say, God's will doesn't fucking matter. You know what
That's right.
God wants?
Yeah.
God loves death.
He
God.
loves
He
them.
loves pain
God.
and blood. He craves it.
So
Quetzalcoatl.
here's
Give me
my
the
oth-
blood.
here's my other thought on the whole, like, okay, like God and having an impact on all of this. You know,
Mhm.
if God created us, and
Yes.
we're not going to go with God created drugs. God loves drugs.
Man-made drugs.
God loves drugs.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it boils down to the same concept of, okay, say we are created by this higher power, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have come up with the technology to prevent unnecessary pregnancies whether it's the pill or other contraceptives,
Mhm.
we also have figured out a medical procedure to keep this from happening.
Mhm.
Don't you think that maybe if there's this great creator, he kind of knew we were going to come up with this,
Yeah.
and he knew we were going to be smart enough. This is the whole
Mm.
joke about being stranded on a freaking house again in a flood. Yeah,
Mhm.
God sent you freaking 3 boats and you said no because God's going to save you.
Yeah.
Like, take the boat.
Yeah.
Like, it's very frustrating.
There was
Very
a,
interesting. And we should stop chemo. This is my
Oh,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
We should stop cancer treatments because
That's
it's
my
God's
favorite, It's my
will.
Will.
favorite meme.
It's God's will.
And it's my favorite meme is a picture of it's supposed to be like an encouragement card where Jesus is like holding the hands of the surgeon as he's doing surgery,
Oh.
but someone put a little comment on top that says, "Why are you taking that out of there?" I put that in there.
Again, like there's no like modernization
Right.
to any of this
Right.
thought.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
like let's just amputate everything
Just cut it off.
Cut it
because
off.
that's the problem.
because we have
God
not
wanted
developed
you
medicine.
dead.
That's
he
it.
wanted you to have that baby. He
Ugh.
wanted that baby to die of cancer.
Yeah.
And he wanted mom dead too. And you know what?
It was
It's
God's
because
will.
God works in mysterious
mysterious.
ways.
It's mysterious.
If there's anything human and good
It's just
about
mysterious.
us, it's
Yeah.
fighting God.
That's right.
Okay? I want to fight that motherfucker for putting us on this planet of imperfection and giving us all these obstacles and diseases in hell.
Right.
Like everything fucking sucks, man.
Yeah.
Look. In a utopian society
Mhm.
where everyone takes care of whatever baby comes out of people
Right.
and it's painless and there's no risk, then great. Let's outlaw abortion.
That's how we got the Jersey Devil. I mean,
What?
I'm not even going to get into that.
Well, even like,
It is.
Could you imagine though, like
Oh my
a product
God.
of rape
Yeah.
or incest?
Right.
Even if that child goes up for adoption,
Yep.
they're gonna want to know
It's going to happen.
Here's the thing.
where they came from and how they came to
Ancestry.com.
be.
You-
Here you go.
Yeah.
You know what?
Mhm.
Your father was your grandfather.
That's right.
Like,
when you argue for the
Ugh.
life of a
Oh, I
child
can't.
who wasn't supposed to be here or wasn't wanted,
He wasn't
You're-
even supposed to
I
be
don't
here
even
today.
wanna be
Yeah.
around
Not even supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
you're arguing against a victim. You're
Yeah.
arguing against a victim.
Mhm.
Right.
Someone who got hurt.
Yep.
Why are you're looking at it wrong? You're an evil piece of shit if you
Yeah.
think that is something that makes you virtuous.
Right.
It's not. It's not. All you're just, and then it's the same motherfuckers who think that their rights are being infringed upon when you tell them that you're trying to take their automatic death machines away from
That's
their
right.
hands. Why are you arguing against the rights of an
I
individual?
can kill people. You can't.
You can't because you got a vagina.
guns
That's right.
are way more important than
That's
than
right.
women.
That's right.
And yeah, it's very disheartening, especially like, we're at an age that, like we've talked about, like, do we have kids or do we not?
Mhm.
This certainly does not make me want to
Not
have
boding
kids.
well. Yeah.
No, especially like, could you imagine? I couldn't even imagine bringing a girl into this,
Mhm.
like at all.
Not when
Mm-mm.
it's so bleak looking.
No.
I mean, imagine
No.
what that poor girl's life would look like if they don't.
Like, hey, don't ever mess up ever.
Right.
Like, don't.
And then not even don't mess up.
Like-
Make sure nobody fucks you up either.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how possible is that?
Yeah.
Because like the rest of this world is caving
Mhm.
in on everyone.
Yeah.
You're also emboldening assholes,
Right.
People who can just do whatever they want with no consequences.
Yep.
And women pay the price. So, okay, great. I mean, what the fuck, man? I don't even
Yeah.
want to live in this country anymore. And I'm just like so over this shit.
It's absolute
The
bullshit,
handling of
yeah.
everything in the past few years. I can't do this.
I feel like
Yep.
I feel like so much is like piling up too. Like, I know I was telling Matt, did you hear about this, like 50 migrants that were found dead in a
Yup.
truck
Yep,
in
from
Texas?
heat. Yeah.
Because I'm assuming, this is my assumption, that some dude or lady
Mhm.
was like, yes, I will take your money, I will transport you, and then they just split. They were like,
Yep.
bye.
Peace. Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
50 people.
Yep.
50
Yeah.
people. And there are these stupid idiot, these morons on TV arguing about like why like it's their own faults and like
Mhm.
all this stuff. These people didn't want to die.
Yep.
They they wanted something better, which I hate to break it to you, but the United States is not where you want to go.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
truth.
come
Yeah.
No, go
on.
further south.
Yeah.
Start
Yeah,
working
just-
your way
just
down
go-
that
yeah.
way.
Just, yeah,
Because
just
it's
go
not very
further
good up here,
south,
man.
Or just make a break for Canada, maybe.
That's
I don't
it.
know.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
go
cut through
further
this
north. Yeah,
hellscape.
yeah.
I mean, like, yeah. I mean, that's so audacious for anyone to sit there and say, "Oh, you should have gone through
You
the
needed
right
to-
channels."
Yep. That was the big
Do you
argument.
really think that people want to die from heat stroke in the back of a
Right.
truck?
Yeah.
The reason that they're doing it is because where they're coming from is so
It's so
horrific.
bad.
Yeah.
It's so horrific that your tender little butt has never felt anything that painful in its
Nothing.
life.
Right.
Yep.
Well,
You
even-
stupid, self-centered piece of shit.
and a
Yep.
lot of Americans do not seem to really understand that.
Of course not.
Like
Where-
I love my parents, but they were sitting watching the same story. And the whole thought on their end, I love them to death. They're very, very sweet people.
Mhm.
But their whole thought was, well, just do it the right way. Do it
Yeah.
do it the right way.
Yep.
Sure,
Get in.
that's
Yeah,
easy to
okay,
distance
years
yourself
later,
from
when
that.
half your family's freaking dead from
Yeah.
the cartel. Okay, yeah,
Right, exactly.
They're
luck.
cutting people's heads off out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that you're going to do whatever it takes. I don't think normal human being, but that's the separation, right? This is the Kool-Aid that they want you to drink in this
Mhm.
country. They want you to think that people who aren't from here
Mhm.
aren't like you,
Mhm.
and that's the
But
problem.
that's the whole
Human beings are
basis.
just like each
Yeah.
other.
And
We're
that's-
more alike than not.
It's
Right.
supposed to be the whole basis of this country, right? Like
Yep.
literally none of us are from here unless you are Native American.
Exactly.
Which-
and we killed those people.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
And the rest of them were like, "Look, you go live over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we got
This is ours now.
we got
You-
some
you can have some
casinos.
casinos.
Don't
but
worry
Yeah.
about it.
That'll make up for it, right?
Look.
we murdered the majority of your tribes, but here's
Just
some
take this
casinos.
whiskey and go over there in the woods.
You'll forget about it. Just
Yeah,
drink a lot.
yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
You'll be fine. We're fine.
Everything's
now-
fine.
We're
now,
fine, you're
Sadly,
fine.
you're all alcoholic gamblers.
And that's the problem: is that people they die on a hill that they haven't even contemplated.
Yeah, they don't even understand
No.
that.
No,
hill.
they have-
Like,
I had we were doing some work, some construction work for a woman who is from let's see now, I'm trying to remember where she's from, Ireland.
mm,
And so my dad made the argument that, come in the right way, sort of thing.
uh-oh.
And she said, but you've got to think about it. Your family didn't come in the right
Yeah,
way.
y'all didn't come in the right way
Your
either.
family, yeah, right.
Yeah.
There was no right way.
Right.
You were supposed to just
You
give
just
me your
hop
give
aboard
me your
on Ellis
tire.
Island.
I heard from my great grandfather his story of emigration, of going through
Yeah.
Ellis Island from
Yeah.
Sicily,
Mhm.
and they got his name wrong. They
Yep.
got his location. We still don't know. I mean, we know he's from
Yeah.
Golfo La Pisa, but that we don't know where in Sicily he was from specifically. All this stuff we have no clue because it was incorrectly recorded. That was it.
Mhm.
He came in, lived in Baltimore. That was it. The end.
Yeah.
So it's all a moot point, basically. That's the idea.
And no matter what, I mean, there's 50 people that just died.
Yep.
They and not in any freaking kind of like good way.
No,
they overheated.
They
to
were
death.
hot to the touch. Was
Yeah,
the
you
report?
saw that too,
Oh
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's freaking wild.
not
It's
warm.
disgusting. They
hot.
got boiled to death.
They were cooked.
And
Yeah.
they
Can you imagine dying that way?
Yeah.
they were just like you,
Mm-hmm.
no different.
Yep.
Well, don't tell the white people that.
Oh God. Oof.
They're not like me. I'm fucking white.
That's
I got
right.
red, white, and blue.
I
That's right.
came in here the right
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
white way.
The white way.
Excuse me, the white way. Fuck you.
Excuse me.
Fuck this fucking
Do you want to move
country.
to Ireland?
Let's get out of here. I don't care where we go.
All right, cool.
Let's
I
just
don't
go
care.
somewhere.
I'll go to Mexico.
So-
I'm coming down there.
My-
As far as I'm concerned, the cartels are easier to deal with than these fucking.
Well, listen, I'll set you up with a Santa Muerte altar. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
She's a holy death. She's a patron saint of prostitutes, drug dealers, everything illegal, and she protects the shit out of them. Fucking what's his face? God, why can't I think of his name?
Escobar.
Yeah, Pablo Escobar.
Mhm.
He had a huge altar in his compound to Santa Muerte, and he had like a priest that stayed on his compound to continually like pray to her, Like
Oh,
that's
wow.
what he paid this guy to
I
do.
was definitely gonna guess Gustavo Fring.
Well, you know,
Probably
that's
a little bit.
so probably that's probably part of it. Yeah, that's all part of it.
My cousin and her husband and their 2 kids are moving to Mexico
Yeah.
temporarily from Canada
Not probably not the bad
for
part.
about
Yeah, well.
for like six months, I think.
Yeah.
There's lots of there's lots of very touristy and also
Mm.
civilized parts of Mexico.
Right.
As long as the cartels.
Well, that's all you gotta do. Just
It's horrific though, like that what the cartels do.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Well, it's
I'm sure at this point no one's listening to our stream. anymore.
Probably
Yeah.
not. Is Juan still there?
Juan's still here. Yeah.
Juan, you're still here?
Hi,
Juan's hanging out. Yeah,
Yeah, Juan.
Juan,
We're excited for you to come back and or actually come on for the first time in 2
That's
weeks.
it. Absolutely.
Do you have anything to contribute to this?
Juan's
this
Juan's saying all kinds of stuff here.
Oh, what's
Juan's,
Juan? What's Juan got?
Juan's talking about let's see, there was a guy who's almost 30 years old and who was willfully ignorant, talking about you noticing all the comments there. Said he doesn't begrudge people for their beliefs, but some people just need to be called out.
Sure.
And he was talking about the Supreme Court justices who impeached the Trump threesome. One is a stolen seat, the other is a rapist, and
Yep.
Handmaiden was
Don't tell the
shoehorned
Republicans that.
in at the last minute. She's defiling the distinguished seat of our RBG.
Oh my God. I mean,
I don't even. wanna
Ruth
talk
Bader
about it.
Ginsburg being on the Supreme Court was the only thing that kept it goddamn sensible.
Yeah, but she could only live so much longer.
I know.
It's so
I know.
but it's so sad they just like waited her out until she was
Well,
dead.
people
And they
kept-
just jumped on top of
Yep.
her.
People kept pushing her to retire earlier in hopes that someone would take the seat, like that was more, a better candidate and everything. But that never.
How do you conscience like
I
how
don't
is your
think she ever felt good enough about leaving. She
How
was
is
"My
your
work's not
conscience-
done."
well yeah, no, I'm yeah, of course. Like and clearly like everybody deserves a retirement. But
Sure.
like how are you so staunchly like ignorant and hateful when there's a party that's all about inclusion
Mhm.
and care
Which
and
party is
love?
Mhm.
Is that
It's
the Dems or?
It's generally
Talking
the
about
left.
Buddhists.
Yeah.
The Buddhist party.
I don't even want to say it's even like
I do feel like-
democratic.
I feel
but,
like the Democrats tend to
but
be.
how can you argue against like consideration?
Yeah.
How do you argue against that?
That's
I
a
don't
good
understand. There's an entire group of people that don't want other people to feel included.
Well, yeah, because
when
then
it comes
it's less
down
for
to it-
them. That's why. That's it.
I think I need to find a more appropriate 4th of July t-shirt.
You're on the Kickstart.
Hey, welcome to Kickstart. Come on in.
I also just realized that I can put comments on the screen for the stream.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
cool.
I just
let's
did it
start
by
doing that.
accident. I just did it by accident.
Oh,
so
hell yeah.
So now, because I was just listening to an old episode today, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
I was referencing something Juan was saying. I was like, but I didn't read what Juan. I started doing it later so that it would be relevant on the playback. But now I can do this on the video stream. That's
We let
cool.
technology create that.
Technology.
environment for us.
Technology's padding the way for us. That's what we wanted to do. But all right. Well,
All right, Warren, we'll let you go.
Juan, we'll let you go.
Have a great night.
Oh, it's wonderful, wonderful.
Be
And
careful getting into work if you're going in tomorrow.
Thanks
That's
for
it.
listening.
I'm told
Juan.
that-
oh yeah,
We need to do a full 8 hours.
Yeah.
A full 8 hours.
a full lay. And you know what
Every
that looks
so
like if you
often.
lay it on side and cut it in half? That's a big fat goose egg, my friend.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
what you want. That's
Cut-
it.
Oh, in half on both.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Horizontally.
That's
Excuse
right.
me.
You're a government worker. It's okay.
Excuse
You'll catch
me.
up. Yes, all right. All right. Well, we'll see you next time, Juan. Thank you very much for tuning in. We love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.
And all you people watching back. This
Yeah.
has been an interesting stream,
Yeah.
folks. 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Oh snap!
Worth every minute.
Damn right. Because
That's
what
it.
else you doing?
That's right. Obviously, just
Crying into the existential void.
YouTube can't hear you. Just remember that, folks.
But you too can hear you.
YouTube can.
Hello,
Bye.
hello.